badges, they hide behind their white privilege, and they use the excuse that they fear for their lives to murder our young people in cold blood.
It's done.
Ex, my brother.
No. Don't think about it.
All you self-righteous assholes do is march and destroy your own communities. Killing me won't change a goddamn thing.
It's a lot different when it's a grown black man standing his ground.
You're watching America This Morning, America's #1 early morning.
Time after time after time, we are watching murderers go free. They hide behind their badges, they hide behind their white privilege, and they use the excuse that they fear for their lives to murder our young people in cold blood.
It's done.
Ex, my brother.
No. Don't think about it.
All you self-righteous assholes do is march and destroy your own communities. Killing me won't change a goddamn thing.
It's a lot different when it's a grown black man standing his ground.
You're watching America This Morning, America's #1 early morning.
Time after time after time, we are watching murderers go free. They hide behind their badges, they hide behind their white privilege, and they use the excuse that they fear for their lives to murder our young people in cold blood.
It's done.
Ex, my brother.
No. Don't think about it.
All you self-righteous assholes do is march and destroy your own communities. Killing me won't change a goddamn thing.
It's a lot different when it's a grown black man standing his ground.
You're watching America This Morning, America's #1 early morning.
Time after time after time, we are watching murderers go free. They hide behind their badges, they hide behind their white privilege, and they use the excuse that they fear for their lives to murder our young people in cold blood.
It's done.
Ex, my brother.
No. Don't think about it.
All you self-righteous assholes do is march and destroy your own communities. Killing me won't change a goddamn thing.
It's a lot different when it's a grown black man standing his ground.
You're watching America This Morning, America's #1 early morning.
Time after time after time, we are watching murderers go free. They hide behind their badges, they hide behind their white privilege, and they use the excuse that they fear for their lives to murder our young people in cold blood.
It's done.
X, my brother.
No. Don't think about it.
All you self-righteous assholes do is march and destroy your own communities. Killing me won't change a goddamn thing.
It's a lot different when it's a grown black man standing there frowning.
You're watching America This Morning, America's #1 early morning.
Time after time after time, we are watching murderers go free. They hide behind their badges, they hide behind their white privilege, and they use the excuse that they fear for their lives to murder our young people in cold blood.
It's done.
X, my brother.
No. Don't think about it.
All you self-righteous assholes do is march and destroy your own communities. Killing me won't change a goddamn thing.
It's a lot different when it's a grown black man standing there frowning.
You're watching America This Morning, America's #1 early morning.
Time after time after time, we are watching murderers go free. They hide behind their badges, they hide behind their white privilege, and they use the excuse that they fear for their lives to murder our young people in cold blood.
It's done.
X, my brother.
No. Don't think about it.
All you self-righteous assholes do is march and destroy your own communities. Killing me won't change a goddamn thing.
It's a lot different when it's a grown black man standing there frowning.
You're watching America This Morning, America's #1 early morning.
Time after time after time, we are watching murderers go free. They
What's up, y'all, man? Barbershop Conversations, guys, man. Welcome to the show, man. And we live, baby. We live from the Hawthorne Estate, man. And thank you, man. Welcome to the show, man. Who we got in the building? Mr. Ramen, thank you. JP, JQ, what it do? What it do? Big homie Coop, man. Super Tax, Mr. Smith, born to lose, built to last. I appreciate you, 7 Deuce, man. Oh, man. Silva. Appreciate you, dog, man. Welcome to the show, man. I appreciate you guys coming in. Man, I didn't watch the boxing match yesterday, but I heard that young man put on a hell of a show. Bam Rodriguez, congratulations to him. He stopped the guy that beat Chocolatito twice. You know what I mean? And I pretty much thought that we can I thought that we can talk about this abortion topic, man. And I'll tell you guys my stance on it. I believe in free will. People do what they want. God gave us all free will. That's why we're not robots. And but something as big as murder, when we say we're a Christian nation, is extremely odd to me, because many people that say, "Oh, I'm free choice, do what you want." I'm not judging you. I know many people who've had abortions, and I don't judge them. But it's just ironic that we say, I want to thank God, who's the head of my life. I want to thank everybody. And then we go commit murder. You know what I mean? And then we say the woman's rights. How about if you're pregnant with a little girl? If you're pregnant with a little girl, what about her women's rights? So, and then you can terminate it up to 5 months. Wow. Imagine that fetus coming out of you at 5 freaking months. Yo, I mean, there are no words that can describe that for me. It's no way I can go through with that. You know what I mean? And then we always say, "Oh, I'm God. I believe in God. God is working through me. Children are a blessing." So if God is working through you and you're anointed by God, isn't a child a vessel of God? It's so many different angles that you can go to. And then people say, "Well, what about my career?" But we don't discuss. Let me open up these phone lines because I haven't had dinner yet, and I definitely want to eat while people beam in to call in. What about there we go. The phone lines are officially open, and you guys are more than welcome to call in and beam in. And the film festival was absolutely fun. I appreciate Ak and Barack coming through to the Hawthorne Estate, man. It was great to see him. I mean, I ain't seen them I haven't seen them I just talked to them, and it was great to see him. And yeah, man. So, but it's just odd to me that we can be Christians. We can go to church every Sunday, and then we kill a kid. like, how is that not murder? Like, for real, how is that not murder? If you can explain to me, and honestly, I have no qualms either way. I'm just telling you my truth. I'm not going to shun nobody out. I'm not Jesus Christ. But how is that not murder? And then the accountability. How does a woman say, look, if you go 50-50 on an apartment building, I appreciate you, Rashawn. I need you right now, dog. All you, man. Let me eat my dinner. What's up?
Yeah, man, I'm like in a complete agreement with you though. It's like, how is that not murder? And to add on to it, it's like I'm talking about any religion. You can't be a religious person and believe that. Like really, and it's not even like it's a touchy subject. I know a lot of people who made that stupid decision, and like you said, they live to regret it, of course. To add on to it, it's really like killing off our community, bro. How could we sit here and act like you said earlier, bro? How can we act like we're for black people, but then you sit there and abhor black people? And then my biggest issue with the whole scenario is it's like you said earlier as well. What about the man's choice? It's like they completely forget about us because, like, bro, if a man decides he don't want to have no baby, right? And he go ahead and decide to take his actions, and then that's bad for him. He murdered somebody. You see what I mean? It's like we're murderers if we kill somebody, but in their scenario, it's all about how they feel. And then it's like you're extending the time for how they feel. You said something about up to 28 weeks or some places, bro. I'm in Sacramento where they just passed a bill where you can kill a baby 28 days after it's born, bro.
No way.
28 days after it's born.
No way.
Bro, you gotta look this shit up. This was like a month ago. Sacramento, California, this state, our state is, bro. It's like that in California specifically. So yeah, and then it's like my deepest thing, like, bro, this is like the mystery question, and maybe you can tell me, what are they doing with them fetuses, bro? That when they do actually abort it, like, what's going on with that? Nobody ever questions what
Somebody
happens.
said they were using them in vaccinations. I heard.
Bro, I heard they was using them in vaccinations. I heard they were putting it in makeup. I heard all types of crazy stuff.
Hey, Rashad, let me give you another one though, real quick. So, if me or you were having an automobile accident and we hit a woman that was pregnant, we will be charged with double homicide, right?
Yep.
Automatically. See how that double-edged sword works? See, at the end of the day, what's happening is they about to use it as a political football.
Yep.
And they gonna throw it all over the place for these midterms, and they gonna anchor that down for the Democrats to try to win.
Hey, but you notice
I'm not either one. I'm not Democrat or Republican. But my beliefs form me of the conservative thought process of family, children, of that notion.
You know what that is, though?
Hold on, let me tell you this real quick. I turned off the TV because I was tired of hearing it. BET had them on there talking about we gotta vote, and they had a whole group of black women on the stage saying why we gotta vote. They already planned the program. They ran it out there. So we gotta vote against the interest of us being a bigger population in America. That's what we gotta vote for. We gotta vote for us to stay under 13%. That's what they telling us by saying we should vote for abortion. That's what they saying. Kill more niggas before they arrive here because we want a right to kill niggas. And then we gonna come out in March next week if somebody kills somebody as a cop and say Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, and to add on to that, it's just the roots of abortion. We got to know the roots of abortion. It was made to get rid of us. Like, come on, y'all. Have we forgotten like the founders of all this stuff, Planned Parenthood, their beliefs and all that? Yeah, like have we forgotten all their beliefs? And then it's like now we're just in full cooperation with it. It's normalized.
Bro, Rayshawn, they are full blown. I said this before, I will say it again, and people hate when I say it. But bro, you just have to. I'm gonna say this like this: Black men cannot walk around and be white supremacists and be comfortable because we're not accepted to be that. Now, I'm gonna say this, and y'all might not like it, but the women can be and be comfortable because you get a lot of shit being a woman and comfortable in their system. You get everything. You get the government backing you. You get the government giving policies for you. They give you everything. They give you Goldman Sachs.
President.
They give you
Goldman
Goldman
Sachs.
President. You get to be the vice president, and you don't get to be called a coon for being a vice president with a white husband, right? You get to be a Supreme Court justice who doesn't know what a woman is, but all of a sudden now women want to have a choice. Right now, everybody knows what a woman is this week, though. A month ago, they was cheering this lady on that didn't know what a woman was.
No, last Tuesday. Not a month ago.
Man, it's insane. But Mike Fuller, there you go, man. The mic is passing you, brother.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Fred and the panel.
Yo, what up?
All right. Yeah, I didn't hear everything you guys said, but I'm sure you hit some of the major points. I know one of the things that I pointed out with this whole decision is that there's a lot of Black women. I hear social media, different conversations. There's a lot of Black women that are upset about the decision. And I was telling them, just relax because it's really not intended to hamper your destruction of unborn Black babies. That's definitely not what it was for. Obviously, there's a tremendous amount of decline in the reproduction of children in the mainstream America. And that's what it was meant to deal with, to address. As far as, stopping the abortion of unborn Black and brown children, I don't think that was the intent at all. And the states will be, I think what we'll see is the states that have very dense black and brown populations, they will continue to conduct business as usual. And that's based on the amount of money that Planned Parenthood makes off of selling unborn baby tissue, body parts. Right now, black women make up about 7% of the nation's population and almost 40% of the abortions in the United States. 7% of the population.
Damn shame.
And almost 40% of the. So on the average, you're talking 300,000 black and brown babies aborted every year. The amount of money that's produced from that under Margaret Sanger's program to annihilate black people, that will continue, will not be disturbed at all. I don't believe. Not anything that's noticeable. So as far as black women getting upset about that, don't be upset, because that decision was not intended to hamper the destruction of unborn black children and black.
Hey, Mike, can I ask you something real quick?
I just want to say something. Now go ahead, my boy. I didn't cut you off.
Hey, guys on the panel, I got a question for y'all. Did y'all all know that Roe versus Wade was started on a lie? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
knew it was.
Yeah, she lied about being raped.
Okay, I asked, did y'all all know that Roe versus Wade was started on a lie? And if you didn't, I dropped the article in the back chat. It's in the back chat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, the article in the back chat talks about how she had 3 babies and gave them all up for adoption, even the Roe baby that the decision was made on. She gave that one up for adoption. She didn't abort that baby.
Okay. Yeah, that was she claimed that a black man raped her.
Yeah, read the article's in the back chat for y'all to check it out later. Right. Go ahead, guys.
Yeah. I just think that, I don't think that black women, and you know what? I don't, by no means do I blame the reality of the rate of abortion in the black community. I don't blame that solely on black women, because I just don't, man. I don't. It's just,
I have to beg to differ. They've been.
I don't blame it solely on them, but
they've been showing us for the past about 70 years about who they side with.
It's not completely different.
So, at this point, I would say, like, to the young black men out there that want to have a family, I mean, why would you want to have a family with these type of women when they get on the internet, national TV, making songs, even having these conversations in the homes? Why would you want your son or any black man to form a family with them?
And that's what I worry about.
You said what?
That's what I'm worried about. Go ahead, bro. I'm listening to you. But as a father to little,
why would you want these young black men to lay in the bed and form a family with them? They don't care about family. They will abort your son, and they've been saying this, and they will call the cops on you. They will take you to child support court, and we keep on just not holding them accountable. And I'm sick of this shit at this point. I'm not cursing at you, but I'm just saying, like, black men, start drawing the line. Start having some integrity. Stop trying to blame everything on white supremacy and the Democrats. They showing who they loyal to. So at this point, make a decision, leave them alone. We come from families where the women, majority of the women are family. They not married. They on child support. They got all this education, got all the money in the world, got all the businesses, but refuse to respect black men.
Nah, and that's the truth.
Well, you mean women? Black women?
Nah. And it's a lot of them like that. A lot of them feel like they don't want to settle down because of the college thing, like Fred was saying. People use excuses to make this okay when it's like you need to be accountable for your actions. Well, I do security at nightclubs. I watch how girls go in there not knowing nobody and get themselves sloppy drunk and be tonguing down random ass people. I've seen it happen. So we can make it seem like this is like, oh, it's unfair and stuff like that. But a lot of these women are making bad choices. And that's why as a father, bro, for 2 little boys, I'm concerned, bro. I'm married. So, you know, when my kids see, they see positive images. And I worry about my son's hearts for real, because these other women are not raising their kids with that same vibe. Like you said, it really starts at home with the mom, bro. Because a lot
Yeah,
of these
like
moms is like
no
that.
disrespect, no disrespect. But I need older men that's in their late 40s and 50s to start being honest about things. Start being honest about the women in your family. Start being honest about the women that you come across and that you see every day. Be honest. Stop saying, well, I don't blame it on them. It's Margaret Sanger. Nobody's forcing black women to get abortions, to go to child support court, or nothing. They're doing this on their own because they believe in white daddy's system.
Yep.
So why if we continue to sit up here and say, well, you know, I need to marry a black woman because I just want to build a black family. You can build a black family with the Asian woman, Hispanic woman, white woman, and any other woman.
Wrong answer. Wrong
Yeah,
answer.
Because
it could be wrong
what
for
I'm
you,
gonna
but at
suggest.
the end of the day, it ain't no black family unless the black man is involved. And to keep it
Exactly.
a buck, a lot of
This
us
is,
got women in our family, yes, children, but what if father age? So clearly, it ain't a black family.
well, let me just be, explicit. What I said is that it is not all their fault. I'm saying, I mean, that's a whole lot different from saying it's not their fault at all, or they have no fault in the decisions that they're making. And the reason why I said that is because all of us, no matter who we are, we're products of our environment. We are products of our environment. Who we are as individuals, very much defined by the environment that we're raised in, the environment that we live in. And so they're no different. If they're raised in single parent homes where the father wasn't around, the mother was very dominant, made all the decisions. There was no man there to actually guide or lead that family. Their respect for man's decisions and ability to make decisions is not going to be there as adults. And so
Exactly.
you got, and when it comes down to it, you can say what you want to, but this society does not support black manhood. It doesn't.
That's the truth. That's the
And
truth
I mean,
right
I
there.
don't,
it is the truth.
it doesn't really
The
matter.
truth,
It
but
does not.
we
So they
still
have
have
a
a
whole system
decision.
supporting those decisions.
People still got a decision though. Like it's free will. I'm not trying to control nobody. And I get it, products of our environment. I didn't grow up in a perfect home either, but I made decisions not to be a degenerate asshole. And I think everybody can make that same decision, but we got excuses. So no, that's all I want to say. I'm about to just listen in the background.
Appreciate you.
No, that was a very good point that he made, though. And both of y'all made very good points because it's kind of both, bro. Like, we are a product of what we were raised in, right? So a lot of the women, they just got a bad image of black dudes in general if they don't see any successful black men in their environment. So then that automatically wants them to, it attracts them to the other ethnicity, another race or something like that, because they see that part. And that don't help at all neither. So
Well,
that got a
even
lot to do
now,
with it too.
right? Even now, I mean, they can look at it even as adults, right? I don't know what you guys do for a living, but I'm in corporate America. And so, man, for black men in corporate America, it's hell, brother. It's hell. I mean, you can just, I go through hell on a regular basis. I look at dudes, I can't even really put words to it, man. The amount of racism that I've seen in corporate America is absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And as so the reality of it is you can be, 3-4 times qualified, 5-6 times more experienced, 7-8 times more educated, and don't mean a damn thing. I mean, there's so much nepotism, cronyism, and racism, and as far as the the legislation, that was supposed to be in place to get rid of that equal opportunity type, whereas that doesn't exist that's really more effective for white women than any other demographic. So, I mean, what the reality of it is, most black men, if we don't have a very unique skill set or an individual trade or ability that we can do on our own, as far as independent entrepreneurial businesses, then we have to work in corporate, and that's a very rough life, very tough.
And to add on like that, like the women see that. They see that struggle for the black man, you know? So when it's time to choose a mate, let's be real, bro. Women look for comfort. They want to know they're gonna be comfortable. Do they want to be with the man who they see struggling, or do they want to be with the person who's dominant? That's like that's just what it is. So it, like, man, it's twice as difficult. Like you said, it's a battle at that point.
So at any rate, man, I think that, I was talking to someone the other day. One of the major problems that we have as a people is that we actually view ourselves and one another through the eyes of white supremacy.
We do.
It's just that plain and simple. I mean, we view through that lens, we view each other and ourselves through that lens. And that's very self-destructive. And until we can actually get whatever spell this is or mentality that this is pretty much taking over our communities and and over our individual minds, until we're able to deal with that, we're going to have some serious problems.
It starts like this right now, though. This is the start of it. You see what I mean? And that's why, like, bro, I love what Fred doing. This is how it starts. A lot of people, they be mad about these discussions online, but the reality of it is this is how it starts. If we don't have the conversation, then we don't even know we all feel this way. Bro, people will sit there and be depressed their whole life because they don't talk about what's going on. So if you don't talk about it amongst each other as a community, with everybody, and I don't just say that as just like, black people only, because it's like everybody needs to have a conversation. If we don't talk about it, then we don't know. And it's just an unspoken thing at that point. So it's like, we got to talk about what we experience. We got to talk about these things.
The thing is, I think that when you talk about, when you talk about the situation with black people, African Americans, where our ancestors were enslaved, subject to chattel slavery, we are in a very unique situation. Very unique situation. We didn't come over as immigrants, and we weren't given land when we arrived here, and opportunities when we arrived here. We went straight from the hulls of slave ships to the pit of hell on plantations, where we were raped, murdered, maimed, and had less rights and protections under the law than livestock. And we lived like that for centuries, and went from there to Reconstruction, sharecropping, Jim Crow, mass incarceration. So, I mean, the bottom line is that we're on a completely different set of circumstances than any other ethnic group of people in the United States. So you can't really lump us into that group, because our experience intergroup with everyone else, because our experiences are completely different. We have a whole set of different experiences and traumatic experiences that no one else is really familiar with, except for maybe the Native American. So our situation is very unique, and we've never received compensation or any type of reprisal for the things that we've been through, and we continue to go through these things. We're in a bad situation, bro. Very bad situation. And
I hear what you're saying, bro. I hear exactly what you're saying, and I didn't mean it as in because I hear everything, bro. That's exact facts, right? But I'm talking about, you know, as this general topic pertains as far as the abortion, bro. It's a conversation that needs to be had with every ethnicity group because we need to understand what's really going on. But specifically, yeah, it does need to be held even deeper with our group because this shit was started to target us. It was started to target us and just wipe us out slowly. And we got a high ass rate right now. It's a lot of us that are not here because of this.
Oh, no question. No question. They're talking something like, if you do the numbers, since they had this murder system in place, you're talking something like 50 million. 50 million children gone. Right? And so, you know, so the reality of it is, you know, we're about half the size that we should have been without this, you know, demonic system in place. So, you know, for me, yeah, man, yeah, we definitely have a unique set of circumstances. And I was telling, you know, I mentioned this before. I was telling some black women today. I was like, hey, don't get upset about the ruling because it's not going to affect you. It wasn't meant for you. That ruling was not meant to stop you from destroying your unborn children. It wasn't. It's going to be from state to state, and most of these states that have a very large, dense population of black and brown people, they won't be enforcing that. Planned Parenthood is going to keep that machine rolling because there's too much money being made off the murder of unborn children. So, you know, they're going to keep that, but the reality is mainstream America is going to be throttled back. They're not going to be able to do that at liberty in the ways that our women are allowed to do that. So no reason for black women to get upset. No reason at all. If you want to go murder your unborn children, they will make that possible.
Nah, and that's deep, bro. Because I've heard stories bluntly of like, if a white girl try to go abort her baby, they'll try to talk her out of that.
Hey, Max. And then we'll go Blu-ray. What's up, Max?
Yo, what's good, Fred?
Appreciate you coming.
I'll just let everybody get their ones off. You feel me? At the end of the day, we live in a generation where bitches don't want to be responsible for nothing. They don't want no accountability for any decisions they make, sexual or otherwise, financial or otherwise. They want to be free to just pop their pussy and have no consequences after. I mean, a lot of the things right now, as humans, men and women, that we do is to try to be able to get our fuck on with no consequences. But people forget that the whole point of sex is reproduction by nature. I know it feels good, feels great, it's fun, but the real reason for having sex is to reproduce, period. So we try to figure out as humans every way around the baby part while we can still get our fuck on and nut. So when it comes to women, I think, you know, I've been looking at a lot of statistics as far as percentages and whatnot, and demographics of who's getting abortions and everything like that. And I was actually surprised to see that I believe it was 45K a year was the marker. I think 40% of abortions is women that make 45K and up, and people below the poverty line actually have less abortion. Yeah, well, I was surprised by those facts too, because I was thinking, you know, I've seen a lot of hood rats in my life get abortions, you know what I'm saying? But most of our like career women that don't want, you know, they want to further their career or their schooling or whatever without the kid, so they make that decision. And then as far as our demographic by race, you know, African American is disproportionate because I believe it's about 30 something, maybe like 32%, but you know, 30% of the population, and then whites are about 30-some% with, you know, a little over 50% of the population. So either way, you know, to me, like I say, you know, I'm kind of both. I guess I'm pro-life, pro-choice. My personal, you know, I would prefer for all these kids to be born. But, you know, if girls feel they got to kill their baby, just admit you're doing it. I think a lot of these girls try to tiptoe and act like it's not that, but it is. You are. And they try to, with the heartbeat shit, it says heartbeats develop at 5 weeks. Some girls don't even know they're fucking pregnant yet by 5 weeks. So your baby heart is already there. You might not be able to see it in an ultrasound or hear it yet, but it already developed. So, I mean, I just think it's women trying to wiggle out of shit. I do now. Of course, we're going to go ahead and address this shit head up because you know it's the argument that all these bitches make. What about the rape shit? What about the rape shit? I think all of us can agree
1%.
that, hey, if you get raped, you feel me? you shouldn't have to carry your rapist kid. But that's less than 1% of abortions. Less than 1%. And then with the topic pregnancies is only 2% of pregnancies in general is only 2%. So much less how much percentage of abortions is that? It's still not a lot. So girls take the smallest little sliver of a pie and try to make it their whole argument when it's not the case. You know, those are the outlier situations. So I'm just gonna stop right there on that.
Let me get the super chat, then I'll get Blu-ray. Roland Curtis said Native Americans owned black slaves as well. Everybody owned black slaves. Shit, it was cheap labor. You know, gone free labor. Excuse me, not cheap, free. Gone postal, man. Salute. I appreciate you coming through, man. And we got Blu-ray in the building. What's popping, big homie?
What's good, man? I'm just sitting back enjoying the conversation, man. You know, I be going at Democrats every day, all day. So you know, and then when you're a black man, I'm not necessarily a Republican. I'm a libertarian, but I have conservative values. You know, so I lean more toward the Republican side. So you know, when you're a black man and you even advocate for anything that got to do with Donald Trump or Republicans, people are already looking at you crazy, talking crazy. But you know, the things that Fred we talked about that was going to happen if Biden got in office is happening. And the crazy part is, bro, like people still would rather have Biden in office than Trump. And I'm just like, I don't understand it, bro. I just, for the life of me, I just don't get it. But as far as the whole abortion thing, man, like when I have these conversations with these women, you know, the first thing I always articulate to them is that, well, if your mother would have had an abortion, we wouldn't be having this conversation. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, you know, you just got to think about that aspect. Just thank God that your mother didn't decide to have an abortion with you, because you wouldn't be able to have a conversation with me in the first place. So how would you be so much for abortion when you got gifts and talents that could come through these young kids that could possibly change the world, that can impact the world? And you know, and we're not even giving them a chance. Like me, like when I was younger, when I was married, like, bro, I was young in my marriage, and you know, I wasn't where I wanted to be financially and stuff like that, and we were barely making it at the time. And you know, like I made her get an abortion, bro, and I didn't realize what I did until after, because I see how she was affected emotionally. And I was like, whoa. So it hit her, then it hit me. Then I had regrets, but you know, I was just thinking about, hey, I'm not ready, yada yada yada. But at the end of the day, you know, what makes somebody really ready? Because then, you know, later on in our marriage, you know, she got pregnant again or whatever, you know, and that's how I had my son Kyle, the one that, you know, Fred, you know, and now I sit back and I'm like, man, I wasn't ready for my second son. So, you know, I could have just still been a great father, you know, like I am to my child now. So it's just, man, you know, I got a lot of regret behind that decision. And that's another thing about what if my mother would have had an abortion with me, you know. And, you know, I enjoy my life. I love my brothers. I love my family. So it's just that, man, I'm pro-life all day long now. You know, I just think that we already know it just takes away the abortions on the federal level, but it's state to state. But at the end of the day, man, we just got to be more responsible as a whole. And I know Max was just hitting it on the nail, man. He was hitting it on the nail, square business. But we just got to be more responsible, because we understand a lot of us are misguided as young people, especially the men. If you don't have sex, you're a punk, you're weak, you're a sissy, all the extra that we deal with, the peer pressure that we deal with coming up as a young man when you're being raised by ignorant men. You know what I'm saying? They're not teaching you the true value of your body, the true value and the purpose of having intercourse. You know, it's just not to be out here smashing women, having fun, et cetera, et cetera. You know, we gotta get to the point where we respect ourselves even more also, and not just the women. So, you know, man, I'm just enjoying the conversation. So that's really my 2 cents on, you know, that. But, you know, I chime in if anything I need to chime in on something. But I'm here for the show.
Oh yeah, everybody's welcome to stay. Hey, Mex and I had that conversation about, like, because Mex and I was going through the conversation, because I remember when Lincoln was conceived. Lincoln was and now I wouldn't say an accident, but it wasn't. We didn't care if we were, or didn't care either way. If she gets pregnant, she gets pregnant, right? It was no big deal. And the conversation, I said, Dre, are you getting an abortion or what are we doing? And she said, we're having a baby, and we're having a baby. And Kennedy was planned to the T. And so I can understand, but the reason why I would ask that question is because of my upbringing. You understand? Like fear, no father, not having like a solid, like you say, square business home, or they say the nuclear family. Never had that in my life. For about 3 years, I had a great stepfather. Outside of that, it was, it wasn't great in terms of a male presence. And so I can understand the conversations. I genuinely can understand conversations when you're naive and you don't know. And but at the end of the day, it's fucking murder, dog. Like you can't excuse it. It's fucking murder.
And that's the biggest thing for me, bro. I just want them to say that too. Like at the end of it all, that's what it all boils down to, bro. Stop acting like it ain't murder and you have a right to choose and all this other nonsense, because that's bluntly what it is, bro. It's murder. And now if you gladly admit that, we can talk about the next step. But the issue is they don't even want to say it's that, bro. They're trying to make it seem like this is an actual legit reason.
Right.
They know because I would say a majority of women I know, at least personally, that have had at least one, they hardly ever have a second one, because they know they live with that shit. They wonder how old their kid would be. They know they killed that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And then the next time it's a little harder when the conversation comes back around with the next guy or round two of what are we gonna do. And I would say, when I was younger, I was 17 or whatever, first girlfriend. I got her pregnant and got one of them things from Planned Parenthood. I didn't really think nothing of it at the time because I was a teenager. I'm like, yo, we can't have no damn kids. Like, what the fuck? I'm over here sneaking in your house still. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck, we gonna be parents. And once again, it was that culture, coming from the environment I came in. It was like, hey, bro, if this ever happens, go Planned Parenthood. You get a green card. You don't even need to tell your parents. Like, you don't need nothing, no insurance, nothing. Just walk up in there and do your thing. So it was that. But my daughter, personally, I had my daughter came out 3 months early, 1 pound, 7 ounces, premature baby. And I remember when my baby mama had gotten pregnant, I told her I tried every day to get her to have one. I tried to give her every reason. We're not ready. We're not even together. We weren't in a relationship. We didn't have our shit together as far as where we live. She lived with her mom. I lived with a roommate. I just everything. We're too young. Everything. She said that she had one previously with a previous boyfriend back in the day, and she just knew she couldn't go through it again. So I said, all right, well then I guess here we are. And now I feel the guilt every day. Like when I look at my kid, my beautiful daughter, I'm like, damn, I wanted to kill you. At one point in time, I just wanted to kill you to avoid my own responsibility as a man, to not ruin my life and ruin my fun and think that I wasn't ready. But really, as a man, and any man on this panel could say, whether you're ready or not, once you have that child is going to get you ready. It's going to motivate you to get your shit together to provide. If you're a real man, if you're a piece of shit, then it is what it is. But so even if you're not ready, you're going to go pick up that job. You're going to be about your shit. You're going to get out the streets. You're going to do whatever the fuck you got to do to make sure your kid have a better life once that's happened.
Right. And I'll say this. People like elevate you like emotionally, physically, spiritually. As I told you before, it's nothing to like beat yourself up over, because that's the organic progression of a mind that has nothing, or a mind that, not nothing, but the trauma that's associated with it. You know what I mean? So thank God that you had a woman that was able to walk you through the process, and turn you around every time you walk to her door. And that's what it's supposed to be. It was, Dre came from a 2-parent household. We were great at the time. Dre was probably a 3rd-year doctor. I was moving well in training and property. And but the fact that we had to sit, I remember us on the island. We had an island at our old house. And I remember us at the island, and she says, I'm pregnant. And I'm like, okay. And then we actually stop and have that conversation right before the island. And it was like a 2-minute conversation. And she was like, no, I ain't having no abortion, but I didn't care. I wasn't angry or nothing like that. But the fact that like the trauma that Mex that you went through, the trauma that I went through, allows us to have these realisms in our life, so it's nothing. It's the lack of preparations from our generation prior, our aunties, our uncles, our moms, our grandparents, our great grandparents, and the trauma that was in those houses, while we were there. So it's honestly nothing. Like it's and because I know I'm having this conversation because I know many people in the chat have had these conversations with their woman, and it's nothing. Like it's just your trauma, what you've been through. It's like playing a sport. Like, what do I do if a baseball? How do you know if it's a curveball? Because it spins this way. How do you know if it's a fastball? Because it spins this way. It's not to compare baseball to, but it's the
yeah. Be careful, Fred. They gonna come
you. But I don't want no man to ever feel like, nah. It's
now. Here's another question for the men as fathers, right?
Yes.
If it was your daughter that happened to get pregnant at 15, are you gonna encourage her to keep the kid, or are you going? I mean, what's your advice as a father? And let's say her boyfriend ain't shit. They're kids. You know what I'm saying? Fucking just one hitter quitter, bop boop. Now she pregnant. What you gonna be a granddaddy and your kid's still a freshman?
You see, bro, for certain people, they have that analogy and they wouldn't even be here if they mama made that choice when they was 15, if you feel what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So it's like that's kind of normal for certain people, bro. Like my mom had my older brother when she was 15. The day she turned 15, bro. So it's like we can make excuses, but certain people's values just don't align for that shit. Like my wife, she was just one of those girls who was raised in the church. No abortion, bro. Like no abortion. They don't even talk about that shit. And I got my wife pregnant when she was like 18. I was like 19. It was scary, bro. I never worked before in my life, but I figured that shit out. Now I got 4 kids, bro. Now I got 4 kids, and it's like I need, like you just said, bro. Look at them all the time. Like I couldn't have killed you. Like I was like just imagine, bro. Just imagine how life would be if you wasn't here. Like, and you look at all of them and think that way. And then for the people who I know personally that had abortions, I just like, bro. My wife's lost friends over this stuff because it's a serious topic to her too, and she's that friend who tries to tell her friend, "Don't you do that? That's a stupid idea." And like they fall out over it and they don't understand it's a real deep value for certain people.
Yeah, and I agree. I think now the father I am now, because I always say my daughter saved my life. Ever since I had a girl, and particularly a girl. I mean, I don't know how it would be if I had a boy. I'd probably still be a little wild out there. But ever since I had a girl, I looked at the whole world differently. All my values and morals, even though I feel like I had pretty good ones, they really shifted. I looked at everything with different lens. And so I think, the same way. It's like, but I think it's that mentality too. If you're raised that an abortion is an option, then you might be a little more reckless with things. There's a reason why you've never gotten a chicken sandwich from In-N-Out. It ain't on the fucking menu. You feel me? It's not an option. So I think if you grow up as a young, wild, fast teen, you're like, well, in case something happens, even if I use a condom and in case it breaks, I can always go Planned Parenthood, just in case. Or if me and this girl get crazy, we can go over there just in case. So fuck it, let's just try it out. Or we get the plan B real quick. Like you have the backup plan, like, fuck it, let's do it real quick. If this happens, we can do this. But if it was like grown and raised, like that's a no-go. Like you said, your wife is, raised in a church where it's not even an option. You get pregnant, there's no option. Don't even talk about it, don't think about it, you get having a kid. I think that makes people a little more cautious on who they sleep with, what they do, unprotected or otherwise, and try to see like everyone as a potential mother or father that you're sticking your dick into or allowing to be stuck into. Because at the end of that, that's the option. Any bitch you fuck could be your baby mama, and for women, any dude you let fuck could be your future baby daddy. Things go back. You gotta start looking at it like that.
Right. And I also think I'll let D-Town get off after this, but I genuinely believe that the preparation plays a huge part in that too. The percentages will be in your favor if you're in your child's life and you're actually growing with them. But when they have that void, then those immature men fill in the gaps. Those immature women fill in the gaps. And you subsidize parenting with an emotional attachment with a immature young boy or young girl. And D-Town, what's up? What's up?
I was nothing, man. I hear exactly everybody what they saying. Only thing I got Platt is the way that when you have fathers out here that want to be fathers, but the mother used the government against the fathers. I think that's what we really against right now. You know what I'm saying? Once we get that under the line, then everything else will fall through. It's just we got to get the government out of our business or giving women incentives too. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I think that's what the reason is right now.
No, I agree with that, man. I still don't understand how people, for real. I haven't gone through this, but I don't understand how people can say we're pro this, anti that, and the white man solves all their problems. like Section 8, welfare, divorce, marriage, child support, and the list goes on and on and on. And I know sometimes you can't control it, because you get the overbearing liberal woman that believes that the government is more important than the father in that child's life, which is stupid as fuck. Like I mean, even if he's a minimum wage father, his presence will do more for you than the government's $1,500 a month or whatever they're getting. So but it's oh man,
it's the values, Fred. It's the values. Like, women have different values. Certain women, they want the dude who has the most money. And it's like they look at that type of stuff. And it's, you know what it is? For real, money is comfort. And most women just want to be comfortable, bro. A lot of these dudes are unable to make their women comfortable. And that comes in forms in the beginning of the pregnancy. Some of these dudes like, man, fuck you. I don't want that baby. Like they just straight up mean. That's not helping. You know what I mean? That don't help. You then abandon your child before the process even starts. And now she feels like she's alone. This doesn't help with that decision. You know what I mean? And as a man, bro, you should never leave your woman to make that decision by herself.
And I get that 100%. But I feel like that is not I don't even feel like I understand that's really like not the majority, bro. A dude that have a kid with a chick that's on a one night stand, bro, he not trying to just tell her fuck her, he don't want the kid. That's not what's going on, fam. That's just not what's going on. If that's the case, we'll give you the little 500 to go get your abortion, bro. You get what I'm saying? It's the woman that's making the decision to have that kid and then using that kid over that child. Let's just be real about the situation, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Because they understand that they got that government behind them if they do want to make that decision. That's the key factor, bro.
The safety net we was talking about, knowing that it's an option if you head that route. I'm just wondering, when does the double standard of the murder thing start and finish? Because like y'all had said earlier, if you get in a car accident, the girl's pregnant, you get charged for double homicide. But let's take it a step further. If a woman tries to self-abort and kill the baby herself without going to the doctor, she gets charged.
Come on, bro.
So
come on, bro.
So just because you got a certified doctor that ends up vacuuming the shit out your, you know what I mean? Versus you doing it yourself, you know what I mean? So it's just like, it is. So in every aspect, it's murder until the girl feels like it's not.
Because whatever you say, my brother, once you impregnate that woman, bro, if you don't want to be a father or not, she gonna have the choice regardless. And if she do want to, and if she do make you a father, them people coming after you regardless. So come on, bro, we gotta have some accountability somewhere. You get what I'm saying? They've been having this for 60 years. Come on now, we gotta change something up. How you know? They didn't abort one of our Malcolm X's or Martin Luther Kings. They talking about they want the leaders, they want the Rosetta Kings, and you know what I'm saying, the Maya Angelos, but they aborting 30 billion of them. Come on, bro.
Hey, but at the same time, they could have aborted some fucking Maryland Manson.
Yeah, Maryland was wrong. You know, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, come on, fam. Like, come on, bro. You gotta just. Men and women just got to be way more responsible, bro. And that's just what it is, fam. And that's what we just don't have.
And I'm glad you brought up that point as far as the men's right, because in my particular situation, you know, it was actually a Planned Parenthood condom, which I'll never use again in my life. But the shit broke. I got scared as fuck. My baby mama said she was on birth control, but you know, I don't never believe no bitch unless I could see it and feel it. You know, like a patch or the NuvaRing or the IED or some shit. So then I told her, you know, we did the Plan B shit, but I never had a girl take a Plan B. At that point in time, it was 2 pills. You had to take one later. She took the first one. She never took the second one. So I'm not sure if that has to do with my daughter's, you know, my baby mama got preeclampsia. That's what she had delivered early. But I started thinking about that shit, and it's like, look, I feel like I did everything as a man. I used a condom. That shit didn't work. I went and bought the Plan B. I did what I could and then try to convince her, you know, run my game and convince her. It didn't work. At the end of the day, she said no. Like, you're going to be a father. So at a certain point in time, it's like, damn, really abstinence is the only way to guarantee that you're not going to run, that's not going to happen to you. It's the only way, but we all want to fuck. At the end of the day, we all want to fuck. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we just try to figure out the safest way to do it and hopefully not have a kid and get an STD in the process, but we just want to fuck. So ain't nobody going to be abstinent. I think we can take that off the table. I think everybody here knows that men, no matter what age you are, you're probably just not going to be, you're probably just not going to run them from the pussy because you care of the kid. Like, we're just going to try to wiggle it out on my pull-out game. Like, man, I'll be pulling out with a condom on. That's where I'm at now because I'm traumatized, bro. I don't want to have another kid against my will. You feel me? So it's like, I got the condom on. I still pull out just in case this motherfucker breaks. Man, hell not. Like, so at the end of the day, we're doing what we can to fuck. As human beings, we're going to try to figure out every science experiment to figure out how we can do this without having kids. That's why birth control is a bunch of hormones and chemicals that give women to fuck up their shit. You know what I'm saying? And the Plan Bs and abortions. We done came up with everything, bro. We're going to come up with more. There's going to be some extra shit. In the next few years, they're going to figure out a safer way to abort or some shit so you can just keep fucking and not having kids.
But I heard the Plan B doesn't work if a woman is ovulating.
I have no idea.
Now I'm telling you, a doctor told me that. They said the Plan B doesn't work if a woman is ovulating. So it's a waste of time if she's ovulating.
Yeah, this is I know this is a touchy subject. It's one that, you know, the same, you know, I mean, now I'm just going I'm going to throw it out here. You know what I mean? You know, I ain't trying to start those shit, but I'm going to throw it out here. Now y'all motherfuckers know how I feel. As soon as a woman tells you, why are you men talking about this? This is a woman's situation. Men shouldn't have no say-so on anything has to do with this shit. You guys shouldn't be talking about this shit. You're not a woman. Now you know how it feels when y'all pull that shit with the race shit too. It's the same shit. So don't act like you can't have an opinion on shit just because it's not you. You can still have an opinion on it because when it affects people in society, in your community that you are around, it will affect you indirectly one way or another.
Yeah, and to add to that, we're getting worse and worse as men at not holding women accountable. God, can we just say, bitch, you had unprotected sex?
Exactly.
What? I mean, like you fucked that nigga.
Let him bust in you.
You let him bust in you. Yes.
And you liked it.
You liked it. Yes.
But Fred, you know what the first thing they do is try to counter that with, well, the man should have wore a condom. No, you are the receiver. The man is the giver. Like, make it make sense.
Yep. You're the one got to make that decision at the end of it all. You the one got to live with that result.
And then after it, they say, well, my pussy is more important than your dick because I make the decisions on the baby. And like, how the fuck can you procreate without a man?
Exactly.
How do you procreate without a woman? I don't understand how this political wrath is in between a man and a woman. Like, I don't understand how people literally let politics in their house, in their everyday decisions. They're making political decisions instead of saying what's best for my last name. Like, I be sitting like some of my friends, I can't date her because she's a Republican. What? Republican don't supersede your relationship?
You know what it really is though, Fred? We have this generation is a lot of short-term ass thinkers. And that's really what it is. They think very short-term.
Man.
Yo, but the answer to that question, Fred, we know why men don't hold women accountable. Because we trying to fuck them. And if you hold them accountable, they're just gonna go fuck the next dude that don't hold them accountable, and you gonna miss out on getting the pussy. So it's like, you know what I mean? You gotta play ball sometimes. Like, you want to tell a bitch some shit sometimes,
so
but you know you ain't gonna be able to fuck after.
So you saying drop your standard just to have sex? Ain't no.
I'm not saying me personally, but I'm saying our generation.
I'm not doing that on no level. I don't care about that.
Right.
Man,
I lose more bitches in our game because I talk to them just the same way, and I do say bitch.
Yeah,
like,
I don't
yes,
care,
I talk
man.
the same way.
I can get that all day long. Like, that's too easy to get.
Man, everyone on the panel can get pussy, man. We ain't gonna.
No, see, hold on, Fred. Fred.
I get what he's saying though. I get what you're saying though,
Y'all don't
bro.
know the studies on this shit. Most men are not getting pussy in this generation. They did a study that men under 30, I believe 1/3 of them do not have sex often or are virgins at 30 years old. Still, this generation.
I can agree. I can agree not having sex often, but virgins, hell no. Come on.
No, this is the high. Actually, if you look right now at virgins, they're mostly men in this generation. There's a lot of these dudes don't go outside. They stay inside. They're on the internet. They don't even know how to talk to girls in real life, much less get the pussy. Us might be in the mix.
I can understand that. I feel where you're coming from, but man, bro, these women these days are too loose, bro. I'm telling you, bro, they too loose.
I'm saying, like, I know dudes personally that don't. It's not a part of their life, bro. They see them on the internet and shit, but when we out in person. And I grew up not knowing that this was not normal. See, I grew up every environment, every group of guys I've ever been in, we get bitches. That's all we talk about, bitches, holla at the bitches, blah, 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 blah. Oh, hold on, I'll leave you right here. Hey, mama was good. Like, been since a young age. It wasn't until I got older and around different, like, demographics of people, I'm like, wait, you don't get bitches? You never had a girlfriend? Like, wait, you've never gone on a date? Like, what are you talking about? Like, I couldn't understand it. And then when I started hearing...
Me and my circle, we talk about getting money. We don't talk about women because we know women. We do that in our sleep. So we don't even talk about women because we get women all day long. We talk about getting money.
Well, you get the money, you get the women. The women come.
Oh,
man. The women come to subtract the money.
I had women before I had money, bro.
I just want to ask a question. If these young men not having sex, then who are like what the women? Who are they having sex with?
Okay, so the study was saying, I believe it was 80% of women are fucking like the top 15 to 20% of guys. The rest of that 80%, all the women go for the same dude.
Max, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, I don't get into that because
send me the link. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm just saying the top 15.
You guys forget about all the dudes that don't leave their house, all the dudes that have no game, all the dudes that have no money, like the middle of America. Not even like we in the city, we bright lights this that. What about like North Dakota, Kansas, Wyoming? Like these motherfuckers.
I don't care about North Dakota and all that. When I didn't have no money, I had 5 women on my line.
Facts.
Cause you got game.
So I really don't care about the socially awkward dudes that live in South Dakota, Wyoming. That ain't nobody's issue. I know for a fact a lot of black men when they didn't have no money, they had a lineup. I know. Cause I'm one of them.
I had bitches I was homeless and didn't even have nowhere to go, bro. Like wearing the same outfit every day.
That's
why I'm saying it sounds crazy to us, but there's studies that have been done on this shit that open my eyes. Like, what are you talking about? And then you see, like,
they doing studies on people like Kyle Rittenhouse and shit. They ain't talking about us.
But those people are people, though. They exist. They're part of the numbers.
But we're
not talking about us. We're the outliers in this situation.
blackdemographic.com to get our statistics, bro.
Yeah, they talking about little white boy that's playing Fortnite right now. They don't
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. Like I said, I personally know 2 dudes in their 30s. One of them has had 1 girlfriend, and one of them I believe he had a girlfriend in high school. And I know one dude, I've known him 15 years, and I've been around him in many, and he's never even popped at a bitch. We've been to concerts. I'm like, hey, baby, look at
what he's saying,
there, like,
bro, is true. Y'all gonna look up for stats, bro.
I'm not saying that he's lying, but that's not the majority. I know a dude personally who only had 2 women in his life. But
what he's saying is the dudes that's really out here that got the game and stuff, they majority gonna have 2 or 3 baby mamas because those women want those type of guys. They're not trying. That's what I'm saying. It's a statistic right now out that like 100% of women gonna always procreate. Only like 30 or 40% of men will bring on their next generation to the next kind. So basically, it's saying women only procreate with a certain amount of guys. You get what I'm saying? But that's just animal kingdom, bro. That's just what it
I
is.
mean,
You
I
know what
I
I'm saying?
hear that, but my thing is, dudes need to start improving themselves.
I
Get
get
out
you
the
on that.
house, bro.
I
Like
get you,
I,
And that's why
but this is just
Kevin
something
Samuel's
biological.
message was so important.
I got you on all that, brother. But this is just something that we really don't have an answer to. This has been going on since Animal Kingdom, since a bear lion, you know what I'm saying? A male lion going against another male lion. Like it's been going on like
yeah,
this. You
yeah,
get
that's
what
a
I'm
part
saying?
of life. But I mean,
Right.
my brother is 18, and that's what I'm saying. Like
Because
the
look,
weak
my little
weed
brother
dude, I
17, he
mean,
only
who
got
cares
one
about it?
body. Like
Yeah,
my little brother 17, he only got one body, and he like a nice looking dude, you know what I'm saying, do his thing. Bro, at 17, when I was growing up, bro, I had way more than one body. Trust me. You get what I'm saying? But it's a whole different era of it's a whole
What is
different
there?
era, bro. I'm
oh,
telling you, bro.
and then
These
Inside
little
air, not
girls
it's another
now,
outside
thing
air.
too, though. It's another thing.
these little girls now not trying to talk to the little dude that's in high school. She trying to talk to the popping guy that got 10K, 20K followers on Instagram, bro.
I
That
mean,
go
that's
to
I
another
seen that in
school. That's what I'm saying. You
no, I
feel what I'm
seen that
saying?
in high
I know,
school
bro,
too.
but
But
bro, I
this
don't
this what I want
understand
to
why
say.
y'all think these little kids not having sex, bro. They having sex like crazy, bro. I was
That's
a
what I'm
teacher,
saying.
bro.
Like,
I
listen,
was in education
But
for
Most
11
okay,
years.
bitches be
we're
having
not
sex.
arguing with you that the girls are having sex. The boys not having sex like that, bro. That's what I'm saying. If the
Women
boys are
control sex,
having
men
sex,
control
it's only
relationships.
one boy that's hitting 20 girls. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's only one boy that's hitting 30 girls. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying,
Yep.
little bro. It
I see
ain't
what y'all saying. Y'all talking about the top echelon man or the young man that got the clout. But at the end of the day, it's more than that though, bro. Like, come on, it
When
ain't he
yeah,
ain't the only one doing it. Come on, bro. Like, if
next
it's a
time you
whole
go out,
football
just read the
team,
room.
if it's a football team, it ain't one dude on the team. All of them, the majority
If
of
you're
them
going
probably
for the
get that
quarterback,
too, bro.
Bro, if it's for a football team, it's probably 5 little homies
the
that's
kicker
really
ain't getting
slaying
no
everybody,
pussy.
bro. And trust me, I know because I work at high school, bro. If it's a football team, it's probably 5 little homies that's really slaying all the girls at school, bro.
Them the
Facts.
ones that's flamboyant about it, bro. It's on the like me. I was a sniper, bro. I was hitting and you never knew about it.
I'm not, but we're not talking about one body, two body. We talking about these little dudes that's getting 10, 11, 12, 20 girls, bro. That's what we talking about, fam.
but
And
also you gotta think about this. A lot of these young dudes, they just really don't care about sex like that. Like our minds back then, we was preoccupied with that. Like that's the only thing we cared about. That's why
I
we
give
was
you that.
having so much sex.
I give
So
you
if
that.
they not
I
having
give you that.
sex that much, it's probably because they like, okay, I get it when I get it. We was out here being thirsty and chasing it. So that's why
But
we was getting a
we
lot of
were
sex.
outside in front of a
But
bitch's face.
But
We
we was
weren't
I'm
more.
fucking
But
just
we grew up
but
inside
in
on
a
I'm
a
not
time.
computer.
gonna
But we
I'm
grew
not
up in a
gonna
time when they
accept
put
the
boy and
fact.
girl on in our face. You get what I'm saying? They put it in our face. Boy and girl having, you know what I'm saying, some type of sexual reactions. Now it's the kids got different stuff going on, so I can see why they don't really just be so much
Then,
into it. But what I'm saying is the guys that is into it, the little homies that is like us, but now in this generation, bro, they slaying. I'm telling you, bro, they are slaying. You get what I'm
but then
saying?
you
And then
gotta
they got
think
this
about this too
Instagram. Oh
though.
my gosh.
You gotta think about this. A lot of women don't want to compete for that top echelon man.
Hey,
Yeah,
They
they
just
do.
say,
hey,
And that's
Fred,
where
"Man,
I
what's
I'm
know.
happening?
going."
That's why I
What's
Yeah, they
happening,
disagree.
do.
Fred?
What's up, H? It's just
Yo,
Marshall.
what's good? What's good? Hey, Fred, give me a few minutes, man. You know what time it is. Haney. Undisputed lightweight champion. Nigga, we got all the straps. Nigga, we
Okay.
got all the belts. Nigga, Devin Haney, the youngest undisputed champion in the history of boxing. Put some
Okay.
respect on his name, nigga.
Okay now.
He went to his
Okay.
backyard and took care of business, nigga. Straight up and down. And guess what? It's gonna happen again in the fucking rematch. Cambosis, he made this shit personal. He called Devin Haney a snitch. Disrespected Bill Haney. Okay, nigga, you gotta pay. You
Ooh, that
gotta
nigga
pay.
turned. I
Straight up.
like the energy. I like
Man,
the
hey,
energy.
thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Shout out to
Yeah, I
my
like
homie
when he
Blue
come
Way.
on.
What up, Big Blue? We in here.
Cause
What's
that's
good,
how I
man?
feel about my boy EJ. So I like the energy, money. You hear me
Oh
real
yeah, he
talk.
going for the undisputed too.
Uh-huh. So I respect it. You hear me?
Hell yeah. And guess what, Fred? I got another champion, David Morrell Jr., straight out of Cuba. He got that sauce. You know what I'm saying? He want David Benavidez. Benavidez don't want it. He a flat-footed Mexican fighter. David Morrell Jr., a black fighter out of Cuba. Skills pay the bills. He got the skills. Okay, and guess what, Fred? Coach Kevin Cunningham. He gonna be the new trainer for Morrell. I'm sending my fighter to Kevin Cunningham, bro. And we going for Benavidez, nigga. Just like that. Benavidez a bitch. He talk all that shit about Charlo, nigga. Keep that same energy with Morrell, nigga. Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up. But hey, shout out to the panel. Hey man, I just had to cook real quick, man. I'ma holler at y'all.
All right now.
Yeah, I like that. I like when he come on, man.
Now back to the show.
That's my dude right there.
He ain't tripping on nothing.
Yeah, I know it's hard to believe y'all, but like I said, next time you out in a public venture, whether it be a fire, a bar, a club, read the room. Read the room. Look how many dudes are in there that don't talk to one female. They in there looking. They want it. They want to fuck just as bad. But you see where the girls are clamoring or the guy that's making his way and getting at all the bitches. Now, when you're looking at that club, think about how many dudes ain't even there. They're at home still. They're not even trying to be out getting no bitch. They're in their house. They're playing video games.
Come on
the
now.
majority of the country, a lot of people don't go out and get girls. Our generation was an outside generation. We had to go outside. We had to play with the local neighborhood kids and shit. Now they just sit on the computer. They sex. They might get pictures and videos.
I agree with that part, but I'm just saying.
When it's time to meet up, they ain't doing it.
A lot of women do not want to compete for that one man. They would just say, forget it. I don't want to compete. I would just settle for this. And that's why I'm saying, like,
but that's cool, my brother. You know what I'm saying? That's cool if they settle for it, but they want that one man up under their belt, just like we want that one girl up under our belt. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's always a game till you gotta slow down. Now you're trying to settle down. Yeah, it's a whole different game now. But when
Think
you
about
out
how many square friends of yours are just scared of rejection, and that's the only reason they don't do it. They just scared to get rejected.
But then that's why I say they need to do some self-improvement.
I get it. I agree with you, but you know,
I'm just saying you got to realize that we're anomalies, yo. Like dudes that get females or got females throughout their life. You're married now, but you used to get them. You're an anomaly. You may think it's normal. It's not normal. Most men in this world do not live like they want to live their life like that, but they don't. They don't go outside. They don't get a girl. They don't go to clubs. They don't holler at multiple females. They might try to get at one or two, and then when they get that first one, they lock her down. She can't do no wrong. If my baby, we getting married at 19. I ain't never had a girl. Yeah, that's cool. But as far as people really out there, it's the girls that decide who gets the fuck. At the end of the day, it's the woman gets to decide who gets the fuck.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Nah, thanks.
They are gatekeepers to sex, and we gatekeepers to relationships.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know why these girls are getting so mad because niggas still have abortions almost everywhere. Even places that outlawed abortion still have exceptions for rape or if you're, you know, in a dangerous situation where you might die having a baby.
But all they have to do is just get out there and vote for the next election for you know, for their state to make it. You know what I'm saying? Then they'll be able to have it. You get what I'm saying? Really, they just making it not like you can't be like it's a federal. Like you must do this. Like nah, it's on the state now. You get what I'm saying? So if you get out and vote for it, then you can, you know what I'm saying?
They said it was based on the 14th Amendment of privacy, but they just overturned it, saying that killing a kid should not be a private matter. That's where they narrowed it down to, and they left it back
and that's fair because all rights is out of our hands once we give that girl that baby. You get what I'm saying? So it should be fair, bro. Nobody should have the rights then if that's what we're gonna do.
Hey,
because just
anyone
like
in
you
California
say,
can't be mad at all because they let you do whatever you want over here. Matter of fact, they just passed a law where if you're a minor, I believe it's 15 through 17, that you don't even have to let your parents know when you go to the doctors anymore, even if it's on their insurance.
What?
Which would include abortion, which would include birth control.
I don't see how y'all stay in California. I just don't see. I don't get it.
Wow. Yeah, that just happened on this last.
That's why I love Texas, man.
Oh, ain't nothing like Texas now.
Yeah, Texas is there. I agree.
Ain't nothing like Texas now. Come on now.
I like Texas.
One thing about it, we gonna try to keep some type of conservative going on as long as we can, because these rest of these states, man, they be letting anything fly.
Yeah. But I'm with Texas on that, bro. You hear me? I always say it's a Democratic party. Well, not a Democrat. It's a dictatorship in this household. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of that all that other stuff. You're gonna do what you're gonna do what you need to do. You get what I'm saying?
We got to get back to our masculinity card, man.
Come on now, Fred. Talk about it.
These fucking women accountable, man. Man, listen, I spent 20 hours in the sun, about 24 hours in the sun this weekend, busting my ass, getting ate by mosquitoes, and didn't eat. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Families in motherfucking where they Hawaii. The point I'm making is the woman ain't gonna do that shit.
Mm-mm.
The woman ain't gonna go under the hood. She gonna go get overcharged by some nigga at an auto body stop. You know what I mean? Like, like we gotta. So when we always got these type of conversations like, my body is more valuable than yours. Bitch, go kick rocks. I mean, what are you taking me to Nobu? No, boo. No, boo. I'm not taking you. No.
Kick rocks.
No, man, and we got to get back to to that level where it's like, nah, we in this together. You know what I mean? I want dinner at 8 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, whatever it is. Oh, I ain't doing this shit because I'm a liberated woman. Well, exit stage left.
Nah, for real. Get your liberation ass on up out of here. You heard me? Quit playing.
Yeah, go procreate with a fucking battery, bitch. Like, you know what I mean?
They trying to now, Fred. They trying to.
We gotta be like that. And I'm talking like this because I'm talking to men. Like, we really gotta be that way. And that's why I remember I did a show when Floyd's daughter got arrested for stabbing the girl with the butter knife.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, we got to get rid of these NBA young boy niggas. You know what I mean? Who just run around here. We got to make them afraid to come outside because there's so many great masculine men on this planet.
Right.
Nick Cannon too.
Nick Cannon, fuck him too. I'm
gonna say this, right?
Oh my gosh.
I'm starting to have like little to no respect for black men who just want to have multiple kids everywhere and try to hide behind a biblical scripture. You a piece of shit. Straight up.
Talk about it, bro. Talk about that one, bro.
Yeah, and I'm talking about these Israelites. I'm gonna keep it a buck. A lot of them be doing that, and then they want to break open the Bible. Nah, dude, you just a piece of shit, bro.
So you just saying if you just having a bunch of kids, period, you don't like that, or you ain't taking care of your kids? Which one is it? I'm just asking, brother.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this, right? We live in America.
Yes, sir.
If you want like 5 children, just have it with that one woman.
Okay.
Don't sit up here and just have 5 children with 5 women. And you ain't putting a roof over their head. You ain't
Married before you carry.
You just over
Married
here
before you carry.
Dingling everywhere.
Yeah, because you know when you get into relationships with different women, you gonna have sex with them, and you can't just, you know how they go. You get what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying, brother. Talk to me.
Yeah, I'm just saying because it's really messing up the community at this point, man.
I got you. Okay, the bottom line.
I know, like
that's why we don't have no neighborhoods no more.
Yeah, I know. Hey, you may get with that woman, and it may not work out. I get that, but goddamn, after the second, it shouldn't even be after the second woman. After the first woman, that should be you, bro. Why you got 5 baby mamas?
So you feel like it should be the same way how it is in the biblical way? Basically, a woman should be either a wife or a virgin. You feel like for men, it should be either you get married and have kids, or if you got married and you had kids, after that you shouldn't have no more kids after that.
It shouldn't be with multiple women. And the same thing with women. You shouldn't have 5 baby daddies, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then this would stop the STD rates. I don't want to talk about that. Everybody thinks they can have sex with any and everybody, and that's why everybody got STDs everywhere.
And to be real with you, what you guys are bluntly being is a menace to society, bro.
Okay.
That's the blunt menace to society, because what you're doing is you're producing, you're not taking care of what you're producing, and then what you're producing is just out here in the world reproducing.
Right.
Duplicating the same thing.
So what you say about the ones that's trying to take care of they, Okay, let me ask this question. Which one you think is majority? The one that have babies but they're trying to take care of they babies, but the mama do they will do, or is dudes actually just out here having babies and just leaving out on their kid, having another baby, leaving out on their kid? Which one you think is more?
It's actually both.
Both.
It needs to stop. Like, this is my thing. Younger generation do not need to keep on doing what the older generations have done already.
Right.
Like, my generation, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with us, but it's just dumb to keep on doing what you came from. That's just dumb as hell. Like, you was raised in a single parent household, and then you do the exact same shit that you just came from.
So, but that's hard. But that's hard.
And it's like, come on.
And they're already doing it though. Studies showing that this generation, fatherless children are down. That the kids nowadays are taking care of their kids because they can't, like you said, they're not trying to repeat the same shit.
Right.
So this current generation, I forgot, I think it was under 25 or something.
Right. Because I'm 20. Because I'm 29, brother. So what I know is all my homeboys, bro. We for sure in our babies' lives. If we ain't in our babies' lives, bro, it's for sure. It's that woman, bro, playing them people on us, and that's just what it is, bro.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying,
No. But I'm saying because I understand that you're saying like my daddy and them when they was going through that running rag and that crack cocaine epidemic, and before that and them it was that pimp era and all that. Yeah, they was going through a little something, and it was just they dropped the ball a little bit. Okay, it is what it is. But now, okay, the men haven't been in the household, bro. It's been studies on just straight women raising the black community, and this is what we see. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm so more so just on. Okay, we understand what we're down with the men, but that was really 30, 40 years ago, bro. We talking about now. What we talking about now is these women raising these kids now, and we see what we in. So we need to change up something and basically put the black men back into the household. However we have to do it, even if we not in there, and still let that man be a father, or you get what I'm saying, or let that mother be a mother. You get what I'm saying, bro?
Men need to choose better women.
Facts.
And and I know people not gonna agree with me on this, but
you said choose better women. But okay, so what would be the book on like a good woman? How would you know that she a good woman?
Hannibal, can I
raise better women?
Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
So, all right, so D-Town, let me get all right.
Talk to me.
My ex-wife, right? She's still a great woman to this day. The reason we divorced is because of me. It had nothing to do with her.
Okay.
But the day I met her, I had like 10,000 in my pocket, right? So I tried to take her shopping. I gave her $1,000. I put it in her hand. I said, "Hey, let's go shopping." Woo, woo, woo. I was really testing her. You see what I'm saying? So she gave me the $1,000 back and she was like, "I'm not one of them." I said, "Oh, okay." But I'm being facetious, but I was really testing her, right? So then we started dating and stuff like that. So the main thing that made she didn't drink, she didn't smoke, she didn't go to clubs, and her commitment to God was like second to none. Because I dealt with women in church and stuff like that, and she was really like for real with it. So my thing was not that she was a perfect woman. It's just that her value system was in place. Her value system was very conservative, and we had similar value system as far as what I want in a woman, because I can relate to her value system to my grandmother's, because my grandmother was a wholesome woman. Even though she was younger, she still carried herself as a wholesome woman. And so that and just her commitment to God was my reason to say, okay, I can be with you because I understand that you're not just trying to please me, you're trying to please God too. And I know everybody not on that spiritual level, and that's okay. But that's what did it for me. That she had a conscience, she had a conviction about certain things that she would do, she wouldn't do, and I understand what I can deal with, my temperament of what I can deal with a woman.
Right. Okay. And I feel that out of the way.
Somebody's gonna ask me a question.
Yeah, I'm just gonna extend what Blu-ray was saying. Like, her value system is what we should be interested in.
Right.
You
I
know,
got you.
like in terms of procreating, in terms of wanting a woman. Now, I know we have Saturday night urges, and that's being human, but the procreation part of it, no, excuse me,
Right.
the procreation component of it, her values, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I got you.
And two, you can't be a feminine woman and be liberal.
Right. Now that just don't
You
go
have
together.
to be conservative.
Yeah. Yeah. I got you.
Hey, Fred, let me say this real quick.
Yeah.
Bro, I've been divorced like 5.5 years, bro. And my little boy's 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I asked my son one time, and this was recent. I say, son, because my son still want me and his mom to be together. We still dealing with that mental aspect. We're going through therapy right now, but just to make sure he's okay.
Right.
But he said, Daddy, I've never seen another man.
And
I divorced that woman 5.5 years ago. And my son say she has never brought a man around my son, and she got every right to date, do whatever she want to do. She still got that same value system, bro.
I know, I got you, brother. Look, I understand, bro, because just like you have those, because just like I said, I know it's those women out there, but but just like you say, it's women out here, bro, that can be on it. I don't want you to be the daddy. I got somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Just real evil and vindictive. You know what I'm saying, bro? And it's just real weird that a woman would do something like that, even if y'all wasn't together. You get what I'm saying?
But yeah, it had to be some telltale signs because somebody
but for sure, because when you really start looking at stuff, and just like you say, the value system. If she coming from Section 8 food stamps, I ain't talking down on people. Trust me, I'm not talking down on people, bro.
Hey,
but if she coming from that, bro,
I don't even date women like that, bro. I
just
can't
like
do it.
But what I'm saying is you would think it's something else because y'all both in college and you know what I'm saying, and then before you know it, you go back home and you be like, dang, this where you come from. You know, y'all calling each other B's and H's and everybody getting drunk.
I don't even date women that curse, bro.
I got you, brother. So I'm just saying, for the youngsters, that's what you look at for. You know what I'm saying? You really want to go to a woman that really had a man in her life. Because if she had a man in her life, she really understand you more than a woman that ain't have no man in their life. You get what I'm saying? You know, but ain't nobody telling us that because we all getting raised by our mamas, bro. Think about it. Ain't nobody really just, and then if we do got a stepdaddy, he ain't really just stepping like that. It's a few that's really stepping like that.
But D-Town, watch it, bro. My partner right now called me yesterday, mad at the bar, drinking, going crazy. Mad at his wife, right? So I was doing a podcast a couple weeks ago, and I said, and I'm gonna reiterate what I said a few minutes ago. I said I don't date women that curse. So he told me, man, you crazy. How you not gonna date a woman that curse? I said I just don't date women that curse. Like that's too much masculine energy for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now that same man, he at the bar, man, I'm finna divorce my wife, because his wife got too much masculine energy. She won't sit down, she won't listen to you, you don't have a voice. That's what come along with women that got that type of energy. But that's what
he
you
didn't
want.
establish boundaries either. So that's all on him. You have to establish.
No, I respect that. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, that motherfucker ain't, and the next woman ain't gonna be no better because he weak.
Right, because he got to step on toes in there.
The fact that he's at the bar calling you and saying, I'm gonna divorce my wife. He's afraid to go fucking home. He's afraid to confront
for real.
his inferiorities, his insecurities. You know what I mean? Like,
but listen, but like I think that was Hannibal said, whoever said it. Listen, when I deal with a woman, bro, I got my non-negotiables. I'm gonna tell her up front, I'm not dealing with this. You can't do this. If you do that, you need to go be with somebody else. I'm not playing with you on no level. I don't compromise what I stand on. Period.
Facts, and that's how you gotta do it.
Yo, I have a question for y'all, and I know this probably doesn't really apply to you guys based on the conversations you're having, but I'm gonna talk for the younger heads out there, maybe the more wild ones like me when I was younger. Man, we say all this shit and it sounds good because we older now, we men. But I know at a certain point in my life, it was hard as fuck to say no to these hoes. I'm gonna tell you right now, I was in the club every motherfucking weekend in Mexico, under 21. You don't have to be 16 to drink out there. It's hard. I wasn't fucking them raw, but I'm saying, if bitch want to suck my dick in the bathroom, let's go. You young bitch want to fuck in the car, let's go. You want to get $20 hotel, let's rock. Like, it's hard to say no to hoes, and then one of them hoes end up being your baby mama, and it's not the girl you want to be spend forever with, but you want to spend forever with her because she's the mother of your child now.
Mix, that's not my story, my brother. I was married when I had my first child, and I guarantee,
that's what's up, brother.
I guarantee I done slept with over 1,000 women. Fact.
I think it goes back to the man in the house, because I don't believe young men that have fathers, young adults that have fathers, don't play Russian roulette. They have sex with a lot of women, maybe, but they're not playing Russian roulette.
Facts.
Yeah, don't do that.
Because one thing about my little brother and me, my little brother got his real daddy in the household. I ain't had no real daddy in the household.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? 8th grade, I was out here really doing my thing. 9th grade, it was turned up time. 10th grade, you couldn't tell me nothing. Your little daughter came across me. She was busting it open for sure. I'm just gonna let you know what it is. You know what I mean?
Hey, on my mama.
You feel what I'm saying? So, you know,
10th grade, I was already expelled from school on the street. No guidance, no nothing. I got kicked out of my house already. I was already living, doing my thing. Right. I was in Mexico. I was in San Diego. I have to do whatever I want.
See, you know. So, but you know, but that's just what Fred is saying. What Fred is saying is real life. It's real life.
But I think it goes back down to the individual. True, bro. It goes back down to the individual, in my opinion, bro. Because like Nick said, bro, I got kicked out of the house when I was 16, bro. I didn't have no mama or no daddy. I didn't have either one growing up. So it ain't, and I still ended up where I'm at in life, because at the end of the day, like Fred said, I always knew, like, when it comes to the women I'm dealing with versus the one I want, I'm not finna get a chick I'm just messing with pregnant, bro. I'm not finna do that. I don't care how bad I want it. I get up in it, I'm pulling out every time, bro. That was me. That's why I ended up only getting my wife pregnant, because I knew I could. These women I'm here running through, I can't even play with getting one of them pregnant. I can't do it, bro.
I got you,
so
bro.
I was responsible in that area.
I wasn't pulling now. I had the rubber on. Forget all that.
I mean, here's a question for y'all though, just in case.
Bro,
let's
like Nick said, bro, when I was in the streets, I used to pull out with the condom on, nigga. I knew I'm not taking no chance.
That's where I'm at with it. Now, let's say it did happen, and you get one of these one night stand whore ass bitches pregnant. Are you still anti-abortion?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be. You gotta
be.
You gonna get that?
I'm gonna take care of. No, I'm gonna take care of mine. I ain't gonna do that. I'm good on. I'm gonna take care of it.
I say take care of it, man. It's just I'm not on no self-righteous thing, but you know,
bro, I ain't tripping about having a baby, bro. Just let me be a father, bro.
That's what I'm about to say. I wouldn't trip about having another child.
Yeah, I'm not tripping about having no baby, bro. It's just let me be a father, bro. Let me be the father, bro.
With a slut?
That's all
You're
I'm
not
talking
tripping with
about,
a
bro.
slut? Like the one that your homies ran a train on, the bitch is sucking dick every weekend. You ain't tripping.
Well, first of all, but check it out though, bro. But
I don't do that. I don't run trains, man.
That ain't happening with
out, OG.
Nah, I don't run trains, bro.
See, that's an
That's
extreme measure,
happening
bro.
all over the country for the young
Niggas
unguided men. Like,
I know somebody who did something like that, and he just
but that's an extreme measure, bro. We talking about a little breezy you found
that's a lot more
off
common
at the bar,
Hey,
and you got her pregnant, bro. Stop it. We not
that's a
talking
lot more
about the one
common
that
than you
getting
think,
ran
bro.
out.
Why you think all these fat, ugly ass bitches got 4 or 5 kids and they're with like some dudes that are like cool athletes
and then they're
shit.
27. And they're 27 to add on to it because this shit started in middle school. Bro, you'd be surprised how many little girls be letting these little boys run trains on them and shit and like acting all stupid afterwards.
I know that, bro, but what I'm saying is that girl, when she grow up, she only gonna have one baby daddy. Even though she let 3-4 niggas hit at one time, there's only one guy that's gonna impregnate her.
Equations make babies.
I'm starting to question the environment you guys were raised in, because I know we all know the little hooker boogers that be out here just getting and got many kids from many different baby daddies, and they're still sucking dick right now, 45 years old with their gut hanging down to their knees, and they don't give a fuck.
You're right, but who would?
And it's common.
Why would you mess with one of them? Like, come on,
all I'm saying, bro.
Because they're trying to get a quick nut. Nobody expected to get her pregnant. Like,
I'm talking about the ones,
but you gotta have some standards for yourself,
bro.
You gotta have some standards for yourself. I hear what you're saying,
This is what I'm saying. Dudes gotta have standards, bro.
You should be hitting no hooker booger
you
with
keep saying that, bro.
no.
I understand what you're saying. I've been there, but bro, I'm not crashing out behind no pussy, bro. I'm not crashing out.
We're not there anymore. That's what I'm saying. But I'm speaking for the other men out there that are still in that state of mind right now. For the other men out there that are thinking that right now, for the young 16, 17, 21-year-old dudes that are out there, they ain't talking like us. They don't got kids right now. They ain't been through life like we have. We're older men. We got our values in place now. But I'm talking about there's a whole bunch of people. There's 330 million people in this country.
See, that's why fathers are important, so we can vet our children and get the guy. Bro, listen, bro, my son, I can call my little boy here right now, bro, and I can ask him a question on the fly. He gonna tell you. My daddy say I gotta own a business and get myself straight before I even start dealing with women. He'll tell you that, bro. We're not thinking about no woman, bro. We gotta elevate ourselves first.
Right. And that's but you say the key thing is you got a father, bro, that's telling you
That's
this.
what I'm saying.
Just like I say,
So
bro.
all the
Like
kids
just
that
listen
don't
to me,
have that,
bro. I work in the school system, bro. Like I was telling my Mimo, that's my grandmother. I call her Mimo, fam. She asked me what height, why you don't know? You know, basically why, like I was just telling her the dynamics of black boys and other black and other kids of other races. So look, just check it out. A Mexican boy, be at school, got $1,000 in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? Hundreds. You feel what I'm saying? I just asked him one day, dang, little bro, what you do? He said, man, I work with my dad for construction. You know what I'm saying? Then another little boy, Mexican boy, I work for my dad for AC. You get what I'm saying? AC units, you know. So in my head, I'm like, dang, you know what I'm saying? 15, 16-year-old, they ain't in the streets. They working for their daddy and they learning the trade. I thought about me. I said, dang, what I was doing 16, 15-year-old. Trying to fuck on these hoes, nigga, because it wasn't no man in the house trying to teach me nothing. You get what I'm saying? So that's the difference, bro. You can't tell these little kids to, well, now you can because we got technology in the phone. So now they just soaking up information for themselves, bro. But when we grew up, we ain't had it. So if it wasn't nobody teaching you that one-on-one, hands-on, yeah, you was just gonna do what you thought was cool, nigga. What we thought was cool was the dope boys, nigga, fucking all the girls, bro. That's just what it was, bro. You get what I'm saying? We didn't know how to even measure something or something like that for no construction and stuff like that, bro. You get what I'm saying? So when you have these fathers in the household, it helps both dynamics. The little girl's not trying to be out here messing with any boy because she knows she got a father that really love her genuinely without trying to have sex with her. Because regardless of what you're talking about, bro, any other man that comes with your little girl, he want to have sex with her. That's the only reason why he doing what he got to do, because he want to have sex with her, bro. So you got to just, the father is more important than anything, fam. You get what I'm saying? Just like I say, we have statistics. The women has been running these households, bro. We see what is going on, bro. We see. Look at it. Just look at it, bro. We got to have accountability and act accordingly.
But this time, what I was gonna say is, but we still have to put out the talk about the aspect of, and because I watch Fred a lot with his son, and me and Fred, you know, we on the same wave, you know, because that's the only person I've seen deal with their son on this platform at the moment. But my thing is that a lot of men think just because they paying bills and keeping a roof over their kids' head that they good fathers, and that's not true.
And I get you on that, but that's
Being a
that
good
old
father is
school
not solely
father.
tied to keeping a roof over your head. That's an aspect of it. But with you being in education, I know Fred been in education. I was a teacher for 11 years. There comes up a component where you really have to vet your children and be that filter for your children in every aspect of their life. Like,
Facts.
there's nothing that goes on with my son that I don't know about. Period. So it's like, and then another thing that a man got to understand is that kids follow your footsteps, not your words. So if you smoking weed in front of your child, but you telling your child it's wrong, your child not trying to hear that because you living a lie, because you're a hypocrite, because you're telling me not to do something, but it's okay for you to do it, but why I can't do it? So when they get older, they just following our footsteps. They understand what we said. You said it's wrong, Daddy, but if it's okay for you, then it's okay for me. So, men, whatever thing you're doing in your life that you don't want your children doing, you can't do that and then tell them not to do it. You gotta live.
Hey.
You gotta live a life that you don't. That's not contradiction to your to what you speak on. Period.
Exactly. No,
I
that's
got
big
you.
facts, man. That's big facts.
Man, it's
No,
funny you
because
say
like,
that shit, bro. Because
I just
I
want
don't
them to
smoke in
let
front of
us
my
be
daughter.
fathers, bro.
She
That's
knows I
all.
do.
I
And
just
I've
want
been
us
it
to
asked
is.
let
how
them be
old.
fathers.
I've
No,
been
it
asked
is
that
funny that he
question.
said
How old are
that.
you gonna be when you let your daughter smoke? Now I'm like, shit, she gonna have to be moved out. I ain't never gonna smoke with my daughter.
Bro,
She be
it's
25. I
general
still ain't gonna
things
smoke.
too. It's general things, like, bro, like that's how kids are. Like you said, bro, they do exactly what you see. So you got to be a model example for them. And that's why, like me, as being an honorable person, I really worry about my son when it comes to this generation and the way these people raising their daughters. Like, I gotta teach my kids that game so they know to be aware that there are women like this in this world. Because like we talk about, like, some kids is just like you said, bro. Some people are just horny, they excited, they don't understand the basics general, and that's where the dad come in at, bro. You
Right.
gotta have a dad to really guide these kids, tell them about, hoes and real
Yeah,
girls,
facts,
the shit
facts.
you need to look for.
We
Right.
need to go back to arrangement marriage again, because I got 2 daughters. So I got 2
Bro, I
beautiful
low-key
daughters
feel like
All
that
my
on
too.
block.
business.
On block
No,
right
No,
now. They're
I
gonna be
agree with
good
you, brother.
wives, but I
No,
need
I
some
agree
good
with you. I
men
want
because I don't want to
I
act
want to
crazy
find
now.
2 of my
Okay.
partners that got daughters and say, bro, let's set this thing up for real. No lie.
no, like, you know why though? Because you actually know where they cut from. You know where they
Fact.
come from. And
Yeah.
it's like, I'd rather my daughter be with somebody I know where they come from. I know
We
who their
should do a
daddy
show
is,
on
right?
that, dog.
Cause I can believe like,
Opposed,
cause I can be like,
Never
Blu-ray
thought about that.
Fitness. Your son, he doing something now. Check him now. Come on now. I don't know what's going on. You
That
get, but
that
this,
could stop a
but
lot of the
that
dysfunction.
stops a lot of other stuff
Mm.
going on.
You
You get
only
what I'm
know
saying?
what people want to let you know about them. You'll never fully know who someone really is. So,
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. To double down on y'all point about modeling. So Dre and their mom and dad and the kids went to a restaurant. Lincoln would not give up his seat that faces the door. I'm not with them right now. I'm 5 hours away. He would not. He said, I have to watch the door. So I was teaching Lincoln that since whatever, man on the outside, purse on the inside. That's what I tell him all the time when he's with his mama, right? And then the autobiography of Malcolm X, we read that, right? And Malcolm X never put his back to the door. And I said, see, Lincoln, even Malcolm X always sat by the door. So now he's like, man, I get to be like Malcolm X. I
I
get to
could
be
be like Malcolm
yeah,
X. You know what I'm saying? Now, for real,
yeah,
bro. Real
yeah,
talk, man.
yeah.
What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good
And
with
little
y'all?
subtle. Hey, what's up, Troy? You want to add something to the convo? Go ahead.
Yeah, man. I was just gonna say, I agree with Blu-ray when he was talking about the arrangement. I thought about something that my grandfather told me, and his dad was my great grandpa, and my grandma, she just called me earlier. Her dad and him worked on the railroad in Atlanta, and they were friends. So they worked on the railroad for like years and years, and it built up a relationship. And somehow, my grandma and my granddad got married. They're still together today. Is actually their anniversary. So for them to be together over 50 years and to know that that it started from a relationship with brotherhood and relationship with sisterhood, for them to know each other and
Mm-hmm.
build that relationship, what cloth that person is cut from. And then
Mob ties, baby.
the second thing is what Fred was talking about in regards to you know, just security and back. And like my dad, he was in the military, and you know, I didn't really have him around like that because the type of job he had, he was in the field, he was doing infantry and stuff like that. So when he went to war, I remember when I was in Germany, he told me as a kid, like, take care of your mom. Don't ever give your back to nobody. You know, watch the door. Always sit, you know, where you can actually see an exit and see a way of escape. So my son, I teach him that all the time. And I tell him certain things that will keep him out here and keep him, you know, aware of what's going on. So it's important that we instill those good things and good habits that we built over time through, you know, generations before us. Also, what we acquire from our own, you know, experience. So I just wanted to add to that, man. Like, I really think that that's important to the dynamic of who we are as men, because once we get ourselves together as men, then the woman is only an attachment or a feature of what we exemplify. And
The extra credits at the end of the movie.
there you go. There you go. Because a lot of times, man, we'll sit there and put the finger on her, you know what I'm saying? And she's actually the weaker. You know, I'm not saying the mental aspect, but in the physical, she's supposed to be attracted to a man. You know what I'm saying? There's certain abilities and gifts that we have that outstand, you know, the vice versa of a woman, and woman being beautiful is something that makes us weak, you know. So at the end of the day, you know, we have to work on ourselves, and that's what I was putting in the chat. Just work on ourselves, and build our inner strength and our mind up, so that when we do come in front of other people and we present ourselves to these women out here, they'll know that, hey, they're getting somebody solid. And that's just what I believe, bro. And you know, I've had my I mean, I have a son by one lady, I have twins by another, but there's an understanding and there's a dynamic that I've created between both of them to understand, like, hey, I'm about respect, I'm about, you know, doing things the right way. I want to be in my kids' life, and I'm in all my kids' life, and that's all you can do. When you have people that may not see the same as you. And I think that was because I made mistakes. I made choices to involve with not being all the way together. And that's why I said it's important that we take care of ourselves first, and then that extension of us will come. And I really believe that.
Yeah, I'm with you, brother, 100%.
Great comment.
You know,
great comment.
Nah, and you absolutely right, bro. Because it's like, as a man, bro, nobody ever told me that. So, you know, like when you don't have nobody tell you that, you just start. You know, like I'm 30, bro. I got 4 kids, and we in the midst of it. You know what I mean? You in the midst of it, but shit would have been a lot more easier if I would have lined everything up right. And that's just a big fact, you know.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why it's so different, because we got air raids like this. You know, we older, but it's a 16, 15-year-old dude that like Fred, you know, barbershop conversations. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And now he hearing us talk about it, and he like, you know what, dang, I ain't never heard no dude, no man. That's why Kevin Samuels was so like, you know, touching to people, bro, because it was a lot of young black boys never heard no dude, you know what I'm saying, talk to them like that, and they need that, bro. They don't need no little mama. Ain't nobody scared of mama. Ain't nobody scared of mama. We scared of daddy, bro. Like, we
But
scared of daddy, bro.
once you hit 12, that shit over.
Like, ain't nobody scared of mama, bro. It's all about daddy,
I'm gonna be
bro.
real with y'all,
That
bro.
for the woman and the man, bro. That, you know what I'm saying? So like, once we had that man that, you know, everybody can't be the dope boy. Everybody can't be the athlete. You get what I'm saying? Or the rapper. You know, some little kids want to just be a stylist, or, you know what I'm saying, or YouTube or whatever, you know. But it's all about what's the principles we all have together. That's the one accord that we can align with.
Yeah,
You
and
get
that's
what
why
I'm
we got to
saying?
talk, and that's why I like that Fred has this platform for us to all, you know, voice these different aspects of life, because you've experienced something that can help me in my situation, because we
Right,
all going
brother.
through something. You know what I'm saying? And it's important for us to keep opening up and connecting, because when we hold these things in, you don't get the answers you need.
Right.
And I believe the answers come from above. So if I don't connect with people that are in different areas of their life, and then I need the answer, then I'm not gonna get it. But because I'm on here and I'm listening, I'm talking, and I'm talking to Fred, and Fred is talking to other people, and everybody's coinciding, then we can come to a collective, answer. And that's important.
Facts. And that's exactly how I go, bro.
Yeah.
And then when the men come to a collective answer, we don't go back and say, honey, you think this all right? No, we say, this is what we gonna do, and you need to come on and get a line. You get what I'm saying? There ain't no
Exactly.
more that, asking them, bro, because
You wear the motherfucking pants.
whatever we do, we subconsciously already thinking about the family and our legacy. Women not thinking about no legacy in their last name. They don't care. They don't care about stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? They want to get under the best man possible and then live the life. They not, you know what I'm saying? Which that's cool. I ain't tripping. The battle of the fitness. Whoever win, the best man win. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is, bro.
That's exactly what it is. That's why the house in order has to start with the first. You know what I mean? It has to start with us. So
Got to.
that's once we know that, like, everything else is, builds on top of each other. And
Fred, once we get the government up out our situation, Fred, then we're gonna be able to the women will start listening to us a little bit more. You get what I'm saying?
That'll never happen.
That's another aspect.
I know it won't, Fred.
That's what I was gonna say. How that's
but that's a real big indicator of, you know what I'm saying? What we need, bro. We really need that, bro.
If Dre ever said, if we at the dinner table with the kids and Dre ever fucking said, well, the governor of California said this, or what? You better shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? Government ain't said shit. You know what I mean? Like, I am the President Hawthorne is the president, the vice president, the secretary, the governor, the mayor.
Yeah.
Shit. Like,
I'm the executive order, Yeah. I'm laying the law.
Man, I Fred Hawthorne the button. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's it.
Yeah.
I got you, Fred. But you know, man, it's just they, the dynamic right now is a lot of black women would grow up on some make sure you have your extra, make sure, because you just don't know, girl. You might have to do, you know what I'm saying, Fred? So
it's a long list though of why it's like that too. It has a lot to do with just over
right.
time, bro.
So
This
a
whole
lot of
independent mindset that the women are doing, bro. The
right.
music, all that shit.
So they feel like if they can use the government to take care of a child without having the father in the household, then that's winning. That's power to them. But we understand they really getting the low ball of the stick. You get what I'm saying? But women are not thinkers like we are. They're not thinking about the bigger picture. They just thinking about, I'm able to get over it with him at this moment. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think we need to realize and act and treat it like what it is. There is a war against men right now. It's been
Facts.
that way for the past little while.
Men. It's a war
Yeah,
against masculine
and
men right now.
we need to
Facts.
treat it as such, and as men, where it is our biological DNA makeup to be the warriors in this situation. But we're not acting like it because we don't. A lot of people don't even realize it's happening. Because that's my thing when we talk about how we raise our children. Which shout out to everybody on here because y'all sound like solid fathers. But then comes the war when it's like once your child leaves your house, what's going to happen when their friends, their teachers, their friends' parents, their coaches, everyone's saying your daddy's wrong. Your daddy's wrong. What he believes in is wrong.
But
When
that's when you
everyone outside the house, everything you see on TV, YouTube, TikTok, everything around him is saying that the way that your dad feels, his conservative values, the way he wants to raise you as a woman, he's wrong. You should be independent. You don't need a man. That's when you really see what kind of bond you have with your kid. When the rest of the world says this person that you trust and love so much is wrong about everything they tell you. Then you're going to have to
I just say this, like, you just need to focus on the quality women. I really don't care about these other type of women. I drew my line a long time ago. I don't care about them.
I
Focus
still
on the
love the
women
fuck
that
hoes.
want to be women, man. I don't want to have conversations with a lot of women. I just don't. They don't need to hear me talk.
I get what you're saying, brother. You just gotta
Hey,
raise
y'all
your
need to teach me
kids.
how to be as
I'm not gonna
righteous as
host
you
the
guys, man,
seriously,
because
man.
Look,
they
check
out
it.
here.
You just gotta raise your kids to the point that, bro, when they go up outside these walls, they really look at the stuff that they see and be like, they tell that woman that say that she's a man now as a teacher, and they be like, no, my daddy didn't say that. You supposed to be a
Nah.
girl. You get what I'm saying? Because kids gonna be
Uh-huh.
cruel regardless, bro. But you gotta just teach them the right
Right
thing. You
from
get what
wrong.
I'm saying?
Yep.
From
Yeah.
jump.
But see, if you're not in there, if we, mother or man, if y'all not in the household, then of course, TV and these tablets and these phones gonna teach them.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's just how it's gonna go. But if you in that household, bro, trust me, bro, they gonna listen to you. They are, bro. Trust me, bro. It's in
So
the word. It's just in the word, bro.
Hey, fellas,
Yes.
can I say something real quick? And it's kind of going back to the whole abortion thing. Did y'all see where? Because I'm trying to figure out why everybody's in the uproar, especially black people. So the U.S. Representative Mary Miller called the Supreme Court overturning Roe versus Wade a historic victory for white life. I'm trying to figure out why black people are so mad about her saying it's a victory for white life.
It's the wording, bro. It's literally what you just said. What you?
I was sitting there like, oh, so this is racism now.
No. Understand what I'm saying. Let me let me
Oh,
let me,
yeah.
let me make a point. This is what I'm
Oh,
trying to
go
say.
ahead. No, I get where you're going. Go ahead.
This is what I'm gonna say. If all the black people are so frustrated about what white people got going on, et cetera, et cetera, if we are saying we need to come together like Black Wall Street and be concerned about black people, okay, well, if we trying to be concerned about black people, if they're concerned about white people, why should we even care? Make it make sense. If we say that we need to take care of our own, we need to separate, we need to do what we need to do for us. Well, if they saying the same thing, then why we don't get mad if they start saying what we saying?
Man, you know why? Because if the white man disappeared, half these niggas would evaporate. That's why. These motherfuckers are
that's facts.
in
Facts.
love with them.
Fred, they'll follow them. They'll try to see where they went. Fred, that's what you saying, Fred. They'll come
Hell
outside.
yeah. Well,
Boy,
the white man went to Venus. Oh shit! I knew America's oxygen wasn't shit. I'm going to
what he
Venus.
say? Toby, who's that nigga on
Hey,
that day?
listen,
You hear
I'm not
me?
racist or no level, but I'm not concerned about what white people got going on. I'm concerned about my own.
At all. Man, listen,
I mean,
man, listen. I don't think I don't think I seen a white man. Well, no, I was at the basketball court the other day.
Bro, women really feel like they getting attacked right now, though. Do y'all really understand? They really feel
No, you're right.
like they really feel like
Only the bitches are getting attacked.
free,
Real women ain't
free,
getting attacked.
bro.
Only the
They
hoes and
really,
the bitches and the
bro.
sluts. And the
I
serial
mean,
killers that kill
they
their babies
are.
all the time is birth control.
Hey, no,
They
Max, no,
really
Max,
feel
no,
like,
bro. Max,
bro.
these women are really in their feelings, bro. I know, like, bro, they tripping, bro.
Go home to your man. That fixes everything.
Fuck them. Fuck.
The
Hey, that's
reality
it
of it
right.
is
Hey, that's
those are
it
the
right
ones that
there,
don't got
Fred.
mans, though.
Go home
Fred,
to
that's
your
it right
daddy.
there. You hit it on the
And then
nail,
fuck
Fred.
them and then
Go to
fuck.
your man. Go to your daddy, bitch. Like, what are you doing? Like, what
stupid.
are you doing? Your whole value system is fucked up.
It's
Right.
just weird, bro.
That shit
And
is on the other side of your front door.
real
It's
shit,
on
bro.
the other side. Listen, if something terrible happened in the world, I know I got a fucking sanctuary at my house. I do. Like, I know, like, there's peace in my house. I will never have a conversation about, like, boy, it may be a conversation. Excuse me. It may be a conversation, but it's not divisive. Nah, we getting back on this Hawthorne shit.
Right.
Wow, we back on. Yeah,
Get
that
on
shit
that
terrible.
shit,
But we back on this Hawthorne shit.
Yeah, we don't care about nothing going on the outside. Straight up.
Man, I'm being.
Feel you, bro.
That's who I am. You know what I mean? Like I ain't go across the street and be like, hey, Mr. Chavez, Mr. Williams, Mr. Swartz. Can you
hear about the Rod versus Wave?
I need you to do my outdoor patio shit for me. I ain't doing it. You do it. I did it. You know what I mean? I took him to the airport. I pick him up. Like I ain't letting nobody get in between what we building. I mean, this is just some weird shit to me, man. A woman is out there complaining with no fucking kids.
None.
Nah,
And you know,
with no
there's
kids.
women with kids.
None.
And she's sucking dick right now.
You're the fucking problem. 42 with no kids. You are the problem.
But Fred, just like man, I really, God, you had other plans, bro. But R.I.P. But just like he used to say all the time, you got these girls, I mean these women raising these young daughters talking about be independent, do this, do that, you don't need no man, and they on their third marriage. You can't make this up, bro. You got a whole man taking care of you, but you telling your daughter go get out here by yourself. You don't need
common
no man.
sense
It
ain't as
don't
common
make
no more.
sense. It just
Common
don't
sense
make
ain't that
sense,
common no more,
bro.
bro. Common
Yo,
sense is
hey,
not that
hey,
common no more.
how y'all feeling? These OnlyFans bitches want to be in their feelings about this. Like, bitch, you are the problem. The fuck you mean? You over here getting cream pie on camera for $5 a month, bitch. You
Not
talking about some
cream pie.
motherfucking abortion.
Hey, Matt.
Dog.
Matt, I'm kind of concerned about you, my brother.
What?
My nigga say
Have
Why?
you
cream
ever
pie.
met a good woman,
He be
bro?
reaching.
Have you ever met
Bro,
a decent woman,
I'm gonna
bro?
say that. I'm gonna say the shit and we're gonna dance around. Fuck all this shit.
Hey,
All
Bro,
this
you
talking
sound
shit, but
like
let's get to
all
the
they
nitty
just
gritty.
all
saying
There's
you
a
what
lot of
the
hoes
fuck
out
is
bro.
there.
going on.
You like, boy, you in your
Fuck them
body.
bitches.
But you,
Man,
hey,
you be
you
in
know
your
Max,
body,
bro.
bro.
He in California, bro. Hypergamy very real out there, bro. You know what I'm saying? These young
Yeah,
hoes, bro.
y'all
They
niggas,
going, bro.
yeah,
They
Yeah,
California
going.
different, bro.
they're
It's
out
different.
there.
They out there.
Yo,
Bro,
And
it's some,
I'll send
bro,
you their
man, it's some
Instagram
good
pages
women
if
out
you're
here, bro. I
interested.
meet too many of them.
And it is some good women out here. Don't get me wrong, bro. It is, bro. It is. But just like y'all say, they gotta have that value, bro. They gotta come from a 2-parent household. You know, they gotta.
But big
Bro,
You
some of
time,
these
know,
bitches
big
came from them
time,
households, but their
but big
girlfriends hyped
time,
them up to get a fucking OnlyFans.
but big
I've seen
time,
girls. I
bro.
follow girls
This
on
big
Instagram for say
time.
7 years, 8 years. You know, where you feel like you know
Yeah,
them.
that
I've seen them go from
parent
respectable
household
women to
don't
whores.
mean shit, bro. They really don't mean
what's it to
Nah, it
horse?
depends.
Nah,
Nah,
I've
for
nah,
seen it,
real.
bro. I've seen girls go from every day with their kids to now their kid lives with their mom. I've seen girls go from going to college and so they go dancing or stripping and shit. I've seen it. It's crazy.
Max, bro. I think it's the women you choosing, bro.
and I think like these women that be having, you got 4 kids with 3 baby daddies. A man shouldn't hold you accountable to the decisions you made.
Come
You
on, bro.
supposed to.
Fucking
But
confused.
Fred, you're supposed to judge. That's what's wrong with these niggas. They not judging women. I judge everything.
Man, listen. Man, you're a motherfucking condom. Like you're I'm just supposed to have a good. I'm not fucking around because she's not mature enough to deal with a man. 4 kids, 3 baby daddies. She can be the finest woman in the world, but she's not equipped to run a household. She want to go to
Hey,
Taco Tuesday in Tulum.
Hey, Fred, some of these bitches have 3 kids, 5 baby daddies because they don't know who the fuck the dad is. They got 2 dudes trying to be the dad of the same kid. Like,
man, we got to get back to that shit, man. Bitches got their tongue out on
California
the internet.
wild.
Man, hey, I ain't gonna lie. I be asking some of my friends. I says, "Are you?" Some of my girlfriends. I said, "I'm looking at your internet." I'm like, "Are you building or are you selling? Help me out." like are you running a business or like are you selling?
Right.
Like, you tell me. I
A
can't tell you.
lot of them selling out here, Fred.
Hey,
You
California, the wildest place in America, man. California, the wildest place in America. This is where the girls come to be whores. This is like, oh, you want to be a whore? Head to
Hey,
Cali. Yeah, you do whatever the
It's
fuck you want
simple
over
work.
there.
man, Atlanta
It's
like
crazy,
that
bro.
too, though. Atlanta like that
Yeah.
too.
I thought
Yeah,
Atlanta had a lot
Atlanta
of.
is one of them spots, bro.
For real.
Yeah. They one of them spots for the dudes out there trying to.
Yo, I'm telling you, man, it's live. It's live.
That's just like
it
you
ain't
say,
Frisco
bro.
that's the capital no more.
The masculinity is down now, bro. They feel like that's the wave now, bro. Especially black men, boy.
Nah, but in California specifically, bro, it's a big attack on masculinity, which is why I really for
it's
anybody that's
everywhere,
out
bro.
here.
It's
But
everywhere,
like, you
bro.
gotta
A lot of
understand.
people
I
from
guess the question
California
is,
moved to Atlanta.
Bro, we had Caitlyn Jenner running for fucking governor out here.
Bro,
What does that tell you?
You gotta really like look into all this shit too. Like, for example, bro,
thing.
always look into what they teaching your kids in school. Like, we gotta really stand on this shit. Don't just drop your kids off
Nah, I
and
got
get
you.
taught
Trust
by
me,
random
bro.
ass people, bro. Because like I homeschool all my kids, bro. I've been doing this shit since kindergarten, and it's because I simply went to their website, click the about section, and read that shit, bro. They got all types of LGBT community clubs in elementary school, bro.
Facts.
California is crazy, bro.
But
California is
not, but
crazy.
just
And then
like
they
I say,
see counselors. They talk to your kids. They tell your kids not to tell you the conversations that they're having with the counselors. Bro, it's a setup out here. It's a
right.
setup out here, and it's
But
real
just
ugly.
like a
So I
person had told me, bro, they trying to give it, they trying to make it, let me say, comfortable, just so when that dude that touch on your little children and stuff, they don't make it seem like it's cruel no more. You
it's
get what I'm
nothing wrong
saying?
with it.
It make
And
it
that's
seem like
why
it's cool. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? These people weird, but that's just. And I hate to say it, bro, but that's that Democratic Party, bro. They been doing some crazy stuff, and we got to do better, bro. We just got to
and
do
that's why,
better.
bro, like as a man, bro, I make sure I tell my sons all this shit. Like, bro, my sons, they understand why they're not in regular school. I tell them bluntly, and you know, like I'll say shit to them like, hey, bro, if you was in regular school, they be telling you could be a little girl if you want. They go, nah, because that's how much they don't understand what's going on in the real world. For real. People might think my kids is weird, bro, because only thing they know is their household, bro. That's all they know since
Nah, I
kindergarten
got
and
you,
up.
bro.
And it's just something I really believe in heavily, because what we're doing, bro, and a lot of people don't even think about it deeply. You drop your kids off with somebody you don't really know, bro. A lot of people do that shit. And then they're putting their values into your kid and then telling them not to talk to you about it. They got like it's a system out here set up that way. And if you question it, you really get to going in on them, bro, your kid can go to that school and report your ass and they'll take your kid from you. That's how bad it is in California. That's how bad it is in California.
Does anyone have an idea why there's an attack on masculinity? Why that's happening?
Man, if we look here, let me take this. You got me up. D-Town talking now.
The revolutions are led by men.
They do not want another million man march. A million black men together at one, all in suits. They don't want that no more, bro. That is asinine. We already.
That's why the court systems, whenever you go to court as a man, you know, whether it be divorce court, custody court, you're already 15, 20 steps behind.
Oh, right? Yeah.
The system's going to line up to give the woman the power to make the decisions. I mean, you know, we could talk about how tough we are in our homes and all that, but if you got kids with a woman, she already got half.
Nah, thanks. I got you.
Bottom line, if she walk out the door,
it's getting a little bit better though.
If she walks out the door, half your shit's going with her, at least half. So, you know, and that's the way the system's made up. So the reason why that's the case is because, as you mentioned, revolutions are led by men.
Thanks.
Women are by nature submissive. They're going to be submissive to something. They're going to be submissive to you, or they're going to be submissive to the federal government because that check's coming in every month. But they're going to submit to something, right? So the reality is that, you know, there is. And here's the other thing. I heard guys talking about God and all this. Really, what it comes down to, man, there's a right and a wrong way to do everything.
Right.
There is a right and a wrong way to do everything. And, you know, I mean, even the way that the earth rotates around the sun. If we come off our orbit, if the earth comes off the orbit of the sun, there's a specific way it has to orbit the sun in order for the earth to survive and the life here to be sustained. If we come off that orbit, everything on the planet dies, right? It's that plain and simple. And when we're dealing with our families, we're dealing with our women, the way we live life, we have to realize that there is a right and a wrong way to do it all, right? And when we talk about, we can't glorify sleeping around with a bunch of women. We can't glorify that. A great man doesn't sleep with 1,000 women, but he sleeps with the same woman 1,000 times. Okay, and so
that was a girl that told you that.
Definitely.
No.
It's in a man's nature to spread the seed, bro.
That's something real. That's something real because there's like this brother was talking about his grandparents or great grandparents been together for 50 years. Man, that's when you talk about, if we're talking about meals, when you look at the example that his grandparents have given us, that is, the finest steak, the finest seafood, vegetables on crystal, on the finest dining and cook dishware that you could eat on. But what the world has given us, with all this sleeping around and referring to our women the way that we refer to them, they're referring to us the way that they do, and the casual sex that we're having. That's like taking someone off to the side to an alley and taking the top of a garbage pail off, taking the other hand, digging down and getting all the garbage you can get in that hand, slopping it on top of that garbage pail, and giving it to a person and telling them to eat it.
I got you.
Compared to what this brother talked about with his grandparents been together for 50 years.
But let me say this though, OG. But let me say this, OG. Our memoms, these women are not our memoms, bro. They not our grandmothers, bro. They got no false divorce. They got all type of stuff. Mima wasn't filing for divorce because Papa booty stanked, or cause she didn't like how he didn't move, or whatever the case is. Like, they wasn't doing that, bro.
Women initiate 80% of divorces.
Right. Like, it's not the men that's leaving, OG. It's the women. Like, we gotta just start putting accountability on the woman, bro. That's just what it is, bro.
We can do that, and
that's your responsibility as a man. And just like Fred was talking about, and I think the brother Blu-ray was talking about as well. When you bring a woman into, first of all, if you're not stable, a man should never move in with a woman. I don't give a damn. When you deal with a woman and you guys begin to cohabitate and live together, she ought to be able to come to you, and you ought to have your things established, and you make the laws, the rules of your home. And if she cannot abide by those rules, she got to go.
Right.
Means that plain and simple. She got to find something different. But if you're not in position where you can provide a certain lifestyle, quote unquote, comfort for a woman, but at the same time lay the guidelines down for her, the do's and don'ts of what it means to be in a relationship with you, then you're not ready. And when you have that situation, then you can be with one woman. You don't have to jump around the 15, 20 different women. Because really all you're doing is hoeing yourself out. You disrespecting your own body when you do that.
Yeah,
right.
And I agree with that. And everything you said about my grandparents, like, the main thing is, man, like what Blu-ray said, you got to find those core values, because you can have all that. I've seen situations where you can have all that established and still there is a hiccup on the other side with them, and them not being happy, or you do this or you do that, and that's why I really believe that stabilizing us as a man, and we can put the onus on the woman. We can sit here and say that she do this and do that, but I really understand that if you have yourself together and you know what you want and you are waiting for that, then you'll find that, because that's what's in your mind, and whatever you put out your, out of the outer being, the outer mind is what you're going to attract. So I learned that from my own experience. I have my kids. I have oldest is 12, and my youngest are about to be 2. They're 10 years apart. So I had to learn from my first experience and be like, okay, well, this didn't work out because I seen dynamics that I didn't like when I went into that relationship. And I was like, dang, I thought I could fix that. But you can't fix people. You got to let people experience for themselves too. So
Right.
that's why the experience for me is important, so that my second relationship is going smoother. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand, like, my first time that I tried to fix. I try to put things in place, try to, you know, have this in order and that in order. But it don't always line up like that. It's always about getting yourself straight first, and then understanding what do you want to add to you. And I think that's important, because if you're not adding to yourself, if it's not adding to you, you can be weighed down with so much pressure where you think that you're doing good and you're really inhibiting yourself from, you know, really moving forward and being the person you're supposed to be. And
I agree with you, man.
Yeah, that's
good information.
Yeah, that's important, man. Like,
I fuck with everything you just laid down right there. But you gotta realize it's a culture, bro. It's the women culture. The women run this shit. Divorce rates are through the roof. They initiate 80% of those divorces that are through the roof. And like Scarface said, a bigger dick and longer bankroll, she's gone, bro. That's just the way it is right now. It don't matter how good of a man you are. Nice guys finish last. We all know that. Like we know what it is. If you're lucky, if you guys are lucky or you do it right, hey, if y'all find that girl, I'm happy for you. Anybody I see in a happy long-term marriage, I'm happy. But the odds are against you by far, and the house always wins.
And that's the way the system's set up. Hey, let me. I'm gonna say one more thing, man. And I think this is kind of going back to the.
We can give our final words. We'll start with you, Mike.
Oh, great.
Go ahead.
All right. So the abortion thing, right? The thing that's going on with abortion, you know, just like I said, there's a right and wrong way to do everything. Universal laws pretty much govern they govern everything that we experience in life. You know, and when you murder the innocent, because that's really what's going on when you abort 300,000 babies every year. You're a mass murdering of the innocent. If you believe in God, you believe in universal law, you have to realize there's such thing as cause and effect. You reap what you sow. And so when we look at what's going on with our people, if you ever been in Los Angeles, I mean, you can look at most of the homeless people there in Los Angeles are African American. The tent cities are full of us, right? That's happening all over the country. You can very easily look at our condition across this country as a people and say that our people are cursed. I mean, how else could you evaluate it? But you have to look at the way that this abortion thing is claiming the lives of souls of human beings, living human beings that are absolutely innocent, have done nothing wrong. You can't do that at the clip that we're doing it and think that we're going to be blessed. And I think a lot of the curses that we're experiencing right now are a result of that, of murdering or sacrificing of unborn innocent human beings. And so that's the big part of it that I think needs to be captured as well. Those that, you know, if you believe in God, you believe in cause and effect, universal laws, you can't bring that type of death to your people and then expect life.
Thanks. Yeah. Blu-ray, you want to give your last closing remarks?
Yeah, man, y'all just keep doing your thing, Fred, man. I'm loving the energy in the conversation, man. I appreciate all the brothers for their input, man. We got to keep being an example and keep speaking, you know, truth for our young men that's coming behind us, man. So, you know, just think about, you know, just continue to be an example for somebody that you know personally, you know what I mean? Because that's where it all starts, with our relationships with people that's connected with us, man. So just be that voice and be that example for somebody that close to you, man. And I'll be here for the next show for sure.
Thank you, dog. D-Town. D-Town, you there? He probably ran off real quick. Rashawn, you want to give your final words?
Yeah, man. I just want to tell everybody, like Blu-ray said, we got to speak truth. Like, I like me personally, bro. Like that's what I really advocate for. I'm a prime example of it, bro. I was married at 20, been married for 10 years now, bro. Me and my black wife, like that's what we do. We raise the kids, and that's the values I stand on, bro. And the issue is a lot of people don't really have no real values, but we need to keep having these conversations so everybody else can realize these things, because that's how it all comes together. That's how it all comes out. Like it's really real, man. Like just the conversation in general, because having this conversation is how we find out the truth. Because like I said, a lot of people don't even want to talk about these scenarios, and then they hear people like us all talking about it as a unit and understand it's not just them that think that way. But y'all have a good night, man.
Thank you,
bro. Appreciate that.
Toro.
Oh yeah, man. Everybody on here was great. I'm glad I got to, chime in and talk a little bit about some of the aspects of what we deal with as men. On the side to abortion, I feel like, I really don't have a true understanding of it. The understanding I do have is I know that that's a life being taken away. And the target on that is kind of interesting to me, because it's always a dynamic of, us being able to be out here and to be born. You have to go through the woman. So, man, it's a tough situation. I think that women should have a choice, but then I think that they shouldn't. So I don't really know. I just know that that's a life in there, and the opportunity for that life to be able to, be able to experience it is important. Another thing that bro just said that talked before me, I appreciate him being honest and upright with his relationship, being married. That's what we all should strive to do, make sure that we have a home life, you know what I'm saying, and be upstanding men that we should be and want to be, like Blu-ray said. But I don't really have much to say other than what I did say, and I appreciate y'all for just listening and let me chime in on Barbershop Conversation. Salute to that.
Man, that's love. That's love. Max.
Man. Yo, I love the panel, man. I love everybody speaking their truth and kind of maybe getting new information from other people too. But I'm gonna say this, man. Treat the hoes like hoes, and if you meet a real woman, put her on that pedestal, man. Like, let her know that she's different than everybody else, because there's an overabundance of thoughtless, unguided women out here that end up, not being able to be that. And as far as abortion goes, I mean, you're killing kids. If that's your choice, so be it. But just admit it. That's all. Don't say it's something else that it's not. Don't try to downplay like, well, it was at this time period. There wasn't this developed. Nah. You know what I mean? Life starts in inception. We know that, and that goes for any animal. You know what I'm saying? And then if you want to go by the heartbeat thing, heartbeat started 5 weeks. So regardless of what it is, you're killing the kid. But if that's your choice, so be it. And I love the conversation from everybody. But keep these hoes accountable for their actions. No, don't pacify that shit. I know sometimes you're trying to hit and you don't want to deal with the argument from the bitch, but sometimes you need to have it. And sometimes she's just not the bitch that deserves your dick. You got to realize it's a man's world and dick runs shit, not pussy. Take the power back.
Love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all coming through, man. Thank y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you guys for coming through. Karma, you should have beamed in. Brother Cole, Kyle, what up, Journeyman? Ask me tomorrow, man. I just saw it. Ask me tomorrow, the one and only. Thank you. Watching trains go by. Thank you. KB, man, you should have jumped on the panel, man. How can you be proud of a slave master's last name? Come back tomorrow and tell us about it. Elijah, thank you. Matt, appreciate you. Mr. Larry, appreciate y'all. Patricia Sheldon, how you and your mom and your daughter doing? Hopefully well, great, all the above. All the above. Thank y'all for coming through, man. Great show, man. Great show, man. They kicked him out. Appreciate you, D-Town. With no rehearsal. Roll. And make sure you go get checks and balances. The devil is a lie. I'm telling you the truth. Hey. What you gotta do? Hey. Just like chameleon. Take a second to with much expected questions. Yeah, this was Paul, this was an awesome conversation, man. Wow. Man, what an intelligent panel from all across America. Get up, open up your words now. The truth. Put that time and equity into yourself, man. Put it into yourself, man. Oh, you came in late? Oh, yeah. You can start the conversation off tomorrow. We'll go anywhere you want, KB. This is my personal statement. Run the game like I'm Mason. Determined to be the greatest yet. Bobbing and weaving and changing up like a season. Indigenous to the do it for all my people. Jabbing against the competition. Back up against the ropes. Jabbing the competition. Back up against the rope. Sheesh. Metaphors heavy. Give back. This Tony Gwynn's sister that did that singing right now. This final round, nice to play with no rehearsal. Love y'all, man. I thank y'all for coming through, man. Hopefully you had a great weekend. Have a great July. We got 4th of July weekend. Be safe out there. Make sure you got some space. Nothing catches on fire. We got a 4-day weekend, basically. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. You don't go back to work till Tuesday. And love y'all, man. Love y'all, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow night. It's great to see y'all, man. Thank y'all for coming.